The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, I fucking didn't plan one, so Pac-Man!
Awesome.
Yeah.
Shall we play a game?
You've got several things to do. You've got work, kids in school. What do you do when it's all over?
How do you hand something from one player to another?
Dark soul lies. Turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan, the video game show. I am Joe.
I'm Caleb.
This is Cameron. And Caleb, again.
And today we are going to be discussing or learning about this one dude, Father of Pac-Man. His name is Masaya Nakamura. We're going to be playing our little quiz show thing as we go along.
Oh, man.
Right.
Do you have rewards?
So we'll get excited for that. Well, I was going to ask you guys before we started the game what you guys would want as a reward. $5 max to the winner.
$5.
We can just cash That out. sweet ass.
Oh.
We just cash out from just $5.
No, you can't cash out. Because I would have to go get cash back. So
Oh.
this is more in the realm of what can we pick up at the local grocery store.
How much is a Beto's burrito?
It's like $4 for
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I think I want a Beto's burrito.
You want a Beto's burrito? You want to drop the diet?
So long story short, last night we all dropped the diet.
Yeah, we went to Tucano's. And
Tucano's is an all-meat restaurant.
Right.
There's rolls. There's
Right.
rolls.
No. So the thing was, I didn't want to drop the diet, but we waited. So we had a reservation for 8:00, right? So we're standing there, and then 8:30 they finally bring us in, and they give us all coupons for free lemonade. So I'm like, fuck it, it's decided.
Yeah, it was a free lemonade, which was pretty awesome.
And yep, decided. So technically not on the diet today.
Okay, Cameron wants a free Beto's burrito.
Yeah.
What do you want, Caleb Craig, if you win?
I don't know.
Come on.
Okay, thanks, dickhole. Caleb Schweiss.
I'll go Beto's as well.
Beto's.
Yeah.
Fine,
Fine, let's just make Beto's the reward.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, grab a
Way to
freaking
bandwagon.
Beto's burrito.
Well, you're bandwagon too, so I don't want to hear it.
Maybe I wanted a Beto's burrito the whole time.
No, you didn't. Don't you lie.
What is everybody playing this week? Or did anybody play any games this week? We went to KoopaCon earlier, so.
Yeah.
I didn't really play much. I played a tiny bit of Last Guardian, and I played Rainbow Six and a little bit of Overwatch. So that's it for me.
Okay.
All right. Since we last checked in, I've played Battlefield 1, Order 1886, Metro 2033, and Star Wars Bounty Hunter and Last Guardian.
You went back to Metro or to Order?
Oh yeah, I went a little bit on Order just to check to see what else there was there. And there was after I've beaten it, and there wasn't much. So I only played it for like 20 minutes. So
okay.
I still played it though.
Awesome.
So, well, that replayability score, I mean.
I just want to see if there's anything else, but I do not have any desire to pick it back up further.
All right. So
Not even to platinum it. I don't.
What did you
do it.
give the replayability on that one? Was it
I gave it like a 1.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I think I can't quite remember, but it was pretty fucking low. Yeah, it was low.
Jeez. Liar. I played a little bit of Rainbow Six Siege earlier with Cameron, and I played some Helldivers. We jumped on that game.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Helldivers. Yeah,
played with a guy who was way better at the game than we were, which was satisfying. So we were able to do some of the really tough missions.
Oh, really? When he says really tough, he means medium missions?
Yeah, medium. It's really not for us, though. If we're just by ourselves, it's too hard.
Oh, yeah. We got our fucking asses handed to us when he left, so.
Yeah, it was It was less than desirable as far as the outcome goes.
How was he playing differently?
I don't know.
He
I
had
think
he had a lot better.
He had the
he had a gun.
He was level 26, had a shotgun that was long range and pretty widespread.
a shotgun that we all can
And-
have access to, by the way.
Yeah, and he had like 126 research points.
Yeah, which is
which
probably
you
more than
can
we've ever
buy
gotten.
upgrades for weapons and stuff with. So he had his shit together.
Yeah, and he had this auto shotgun that was just tearing the fuck out of stuff, so it was pretty impressive. And then I also played Last Guardian, so that was fun. I guess I played Legend of Zelda when I was in Newark for like 40 minutes. I somehow was able to beat the dungeon boss in level 8. And I think I have one more dungeon, and then I go fight, was it Ganon? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm almost done with that game after like 9 months of playing it just off and on.
I need to finish that thing.
I just pull up a world map. It's kind of lame, but I'm like, fuck it, dude. I'm not going to just walk around forever.
Well, you do start memorizing things. After a
Yeah, you
while.
do. And I know where most of the dungeons are, but there's still a couple areas that you have to like do a weird walking pattern to unlock. And
Right.
I'm not going to remember that stuff. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's about it for me.
I played a total of 0 video games this week. So,
Wow.
pretty impressed with myself.
That's a new record for you.
Honestly, it's since our last episode that wasn't 1886, so 2 episodes ago. I haven't played a single moment in a video game. I have looked at Tales of Zestria. Here's the problem, though. I do have like a regular schedule now for graveyards. So when I came back from the trip, I'm now just like going to work at night. So I don't have gameplay time at night anymore. And then the TV, it's a big family. TV's taken in the day. So
Wait, what about your TV? Where's that?
my TV is in Ogden.
Why don't you just borrow my little plasma?
I can if you're okay with that.
Yeah, I was mad at Craig for coming over without his PS4 like a piece of shit. Want to play some Tom Clancy.
Fuck you.
Plus these guys are like talking about how much better at COD they are than me. Like they're crazy.
For 1v1s.
Yeah, we're talking about 1v1.
We know your dominance in online.
That doesn't even make any sense though.
Oh, yes, it does.
It doesn't.
You're
Dude, you
terrible
play
against us.
differently when it's just against us versus like online.
Yeah, it's like
Far more
safe
intoxicated.
mode. Yeah, that is part of it.
No, you don't hardly drink when you play that game against us.
Dude, I don't know. The last time we played it at
Do you guys remember?
Starcraft,
Do you
I was
guys remember
shit-faced.
Black Ops gun game and was it 3 in the chamber?
One in the chamber.
One in the chamber. Yeah. Then you knife people to get another round. Yeah, that game against us in a group, I usually came out.
Well, last time we tried to do like a multiple PS4 thing, like the game freaked out. Remember?
Yeah, it did.
Actually, no. The last 2 times we tried to do it, the game freaked out. It freaked out on
Can we not do split screen on it?
Modern Warfare 3, which we tried to do on
Yeah.
the PS3, and then it freaked out on Advanced Warfare on PS4. So what the fuck are we supposed to do, man?
Do it from different locations.
What I want to do is
Oh, that's
have
fucking
a
stupid. That's
showdown
the-
on Rust. This is what I
gotta
want
do.
to do.
All right, man. All
Okay.
right.
Throwing knives only. Is that what you're gonna do?
Also, they recalled
That
you
as
beating
well.
me at Halo 2, which I don't ever remember that happening.
Dude, he trashed us at Halo 2.
I don't know, man. When we had that Halloween thing, there were a few of his buddies that were better than me, but I was usually like 4th or 5th.
No,
Man, I don't think I lost to Joe.
When did we play that was just the 4 of us?
We need to get some fucking
long
LAN
time
parties
ago.
going on.
Yeah, we do.
Get some
Long
fucking
time ago.
vengeance for these claims, or just to see what happens. Like, because I mean, when's the last time you played Halo?
It's
it
been
that
a long
A
Halloween?
long time
man.
since I played
Yeah.
Halo.
Yeah, Halloween.
Same for me. That was like 5 years ago.
The last time I played Halo was Halo Reach, and that's when the series died for me. That's the last time I played Halo.
You know what? We played Halo. We played Halo 3 at the last place you guys lived. I remember that. We had a Halloween event there.
Yeah.
Or was it Halloween, or was it just a
It was just a Halo party.
Yeah, it was just
Oh,
Halo
okay.
party. Yeah.
That was pretty fun. But I don't know if you could do that now where you're staying.
The only so the
Nope,
one
can't.
Halloween, The one Halloween I went to at your parents' place, the only one I won was the sword match only. That's the only one I came out top for.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got some friends that are really good at Halo.
I know. And then the swords, it's just, since it's all just reflexes and no like planning and strategy at all.
I fucking kick ass at swords.
And swords is the only time I came out on top.
Fucking hate swords. Swords and shotguns are like...
Oh, come on. That's the best gaming
It's
variant.
Halo. It's different.
Invisa shotguns.
Invisa shotgun, yeah.
Yeah, there is that fun like zombies one that you can do.
Oh, yeah, the infected. Yeah.
That's a fun game mode.
Fuck,
Yeah.
man, I want to play some Halo.
I do too.
I can,
I want to play
set it
Halo.
up.
I can bring my Sexbox One next time. I have the Master Chief Collection. It's 1 through 4 on it.
Well, I mean, then we'll get into the problem of screen cheating and like,
Oh, God.
Oh, well, screen cheating is just a fact. if you want to be good, you gotta screen cheat.
I wonder if Dwayne. I wonder if
Says the
Dwayne
screen
has
cheater.
the Master Chief collection, because if he does, I might be able to borrow his PS or his Xbox One for a little bit.
Yeah.
And we could
He
do-
probably
we could
does.
do
I
some
mean,
game.
he's just a Gears of War whore right now, but...
Yeah,
Gears of War.
that's because Gears of War is still okay.
Is it?
Still the same game? Yeah, basically.
Okay. Because, I don't know.
Never changing.
Halo, because the Halo series really did die with Reach for me. Like, I tried Halo 4 once, and I'm like, no, this isn't for me.
You know, it's funny we say that, but like, we say that they never change and we mock them for it, but then when they change too much, we mock them for it too. So it's like,
I think it's the story. The story's
Absolutely.
done. The story's done for me, and they
should
tried
just-
to resurrect it with a new thing just because it's a cash cow, and I'm like, can't do it.
so they should just like see which game has the best maps, and that's like what you decide the best game is.
Halo 2.
I actually enjoyed Halo 3 the most, and then Halo 3 the most.
I don't know, man. Halo 3 is way good.
Halo
2
1's maps, actually.
But then for me, I think my
for.
second is Halo
Yeah,
1,
Blood
and
Gulch
then
is like the
and then my
ultimate map.
third is Reach, and then it's Halo 2.
With Halo 2, with Halo 1, when they had maps, they were pretty much mirror maps. So you'd have the red team side and the blue team side, and they would be almost the same, and then there'd be some little variants in between.
Right.
With Halo 2 and with Halo 3, the way they set up maps was way different. So in a way, I love Halo 1's map simplicity. Just because, I don't know, it's great. So,
I
like,
loved it too,
there's
yeah.
the boarding ship one where you're across from each other in the
Yeah.
giant
Yeah.
chasm in Halo 1. And then Blood
Box
Gulch, I
Canyon.
think, is way better than the Blood Gulch
Blood Gulch 2
map, the Blood Gulch 2
Blood Gulch 2
in Halo 2. And then, I don't. There's not too many maps in Halo 3 that I like dig as much as I love Blood Gulch.
Yeah.
So-
Or Ascension in Halo 2.
I might actually say I just wish that they had the Halo 1 maps in the other games.
That's
That's what
Master
the Master
Chief Collection.
is. Yeah, you can play online with those old Halo 1 maps.
Dude, I played a little bit of the online, and they totally kept the pistol at full strength.
Good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, wow.
I was like sniping dudes. I had like an 8-kill run.
I made a tank flip over with a pistol once. I think it was like a glitch in the middle of an online game on the PC version. And just like, it was awesome, man. It was sweet.
That pistol is sick. I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking badass. That was a great game.
Anyway, so we all know what we played this week, but did anybody beat a game?
Anybody?
Nope.
Yes.
Oh my god, what'd you beat?
I beat Metro 2033.
Metro?
Metro 2033,
The
yes.
fuck is that?
It's a train simulator.
Is it really?
No.
Oh.
But there is a train simulator
All right.
that's Metro something. I can't remember.
The story of it's based off of a novel that was written. It's about post-apocalyptic, World War III, and you are in Russia, and the people who survive taken to the metros to avoid the radiation and nuclear winter up on the surface.
Wait, World War III.
Yeah. So World War III has already been fought, and it
Okay.
was ended with nuclear weapons.
But they all seemed like they were from the 40s, like the 1940s.
No, this is after World War III. So I don't know when Metro 2033 placed World War III. A lot of people thought World War III would have happened about 15 years or so after World War II. And
Okay, that would make a lot of sense.
yeah.
because they're like talking about the Germans as like fascists and shit in the game, and they are.
Well, they're not Germans. It's Russians who are fascists. It's the Russians who have adopted the Nazi propaganda.
Oh, is that what it is?
And then there's the Russians who are the Reds and Russians who are the Nazis.
Oh.
And they're all in the metro system. And you have to make brief forays up to the surface every now and then. You have to have filters on because you can't breathe the irradiated air and stuff like that. And then some animals have been, changed into other stuff because of the radiation, and then there's a weird alien element to it too. I don't know if they're aliens or just people who've been changed by the radiation. It's kind of weird stuff. But
they were birthed by
Is
the
this like a
radiation.
free game on PS4 or what?
it was, I got it when it was on sale.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a game I played a long time ago on
It's
PC.
an older game, and
It's good,
it's pretty fun. It's a pretty decent game. Yeah.
All right.
Well, Cameron, you are
Holy
currently
shit.
beating me until, of course, I add Last Guardian, which I beat.
Oh,
This
you
week.
beat a game?
And now we're tied. Yeah.
So we're tied neck and neck. Okay.
Yeah, there's 3 people tied for King Hog this week. Just not Joe.
So
Joe has
as
fallen behind.
the numbers as the hog flies are Craig, Schweiss, and Wilson all tied at 3, and Joe with 1.
Hell yeah.
Soon to be 2.
You're in third place.
Soon to be. Actually, it's 4th place. Because when you do first place, if it's a 3-way tie, then the second place will move to 4th.
Yeah. I think Schweiss is right in most circumstances.
Yeah, unless it's fucking...
So I'm in second place, bitches.
Second place.
Technically, I guess, yeah. You could look at it that way.
Do we have a question this week?
We do. We have a wonderful question here. A couple, actually, I pulled up. I don't know if we're going to get to both of them.
Put on your glasses. So read.
So Corey asks, how do you guys feel about nudity in video games? I was playing The Order 1886 last night, and I went into a brothel and saw a girl with her tits hanging out.
Oh, I didn't.
And then I got into a fist fight with a fully nude man. I was
I didn't
conflicted-
Cam found a reason to replay.
I didn't see any upper body nudity. All I saw was the fucking wang that came out 2 times.
I was conflicted on whether or not I liked the idea of nudity in video games. My first thought was, that is fucking awesome. But then my thoughts quickly changed to, oh man, I can't let my kid play this game now. Just curious what you guys think. Have any funny stories of unexpected nude scenes in a video game?
Unexpected? No. I admit that the nude scenes in a game make me uncomfortable, but nude scenes in a movie make me uncomfortable as well. The difference being I don't have kids, so I'm not deciding whether or not it's okay to see this amount of violence versus this amount of sexuality or nudity. And because I don't have to make that decision, I am comfortable with nudity in video games. But certainly I'd be like, well, Halo's rated M, and Halo's a pretty mild rated M, right? I mean, it's violent, but it's not like disgusting gore violence.
Yeah.
And then it gets the same rating as fucking
It's Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto or the Mad World video game from the Wii that was like disgusting violence.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Or
that.
it gets the same rating as like God of War, which has nudity in it. So, I do think as a parent, I guess it just means deciding what's okay for your kid, and when you look at the back of the box, you actually have to read what's on the rated M sign.
Yeah.
I do think personally that it's totally okay for a video game to have nudity, but as long as the rating system shows it up, and as long as you're clear with your kid what game they're allowed to play and what's not, I guess that's really where it lies. It lies on your head, not so much on their head.
You know they're
Yeah.
going to go to a friend's house and play it anyway.
That's true.
Well, for me, for the nudity
That's
thing,
just fact.
for the nudity thing, I think it kind of depends on the game and its theme.
Definitely, yeah.
Because like for God of War, I mean, you got like creatures that have tits that you can see, like the harpies and like the gorgons. And occasionally you see like some of the gods' sex slaves that are just topless, or even Aphrodite.
Yeah.
And
You please her
it's
too, it's
okay
awesome.
in that, because like you would kind of expect some of that stuff to be there. But if it's a game where you totally don't expect nudity to be, and it's just there, then it's kind of weird and doesn't really feel like it belongs. Or if there's like too much, then it's just like excessive.
But
Right.
what is... Is that what too much is? What?
Yeah.
What is too much
Obviously.
nudity, though? I mean, we all watched Game of Thrones. Is that too much?
I think so.
I would think it's too
In-
much.
in a video
it
game,
happens
it's
way
much.
too often. That's too much.
It's really exploitative in Game of Thrones.
I don't-
They use it to like
Look.
explain shit too. Like we're gonna have sex and we're gonna explain the plot right now at the same time.
I think that makes
so you guys will
I
like
know
pay
Caleb's gonna be all
attention.
for it. No, so I think right now I don't care either way about nudity. But if you're thinking in a family sense, I'm probably still going to play games with nudity in it because probably going to have to play them. But then it's like, well, do I have my kids in the room or no? So this is a game I'm playing in the private den. This is a game that's not going to be in front of the family.
the private corner of
But
the
then
closet.
I
Yeah,
feel
when
like
you go to the strip clubs and Grand Theft Auto.
I feel like though.
Those are pretty awesome.
That
It's
I don't
true.
think that nudity really adds that much to a video game. It just doesn't, unless they're trying to do like drive a point home, like with the nudity. At least if it's like an integral part of the story, then yeah, I understand it. But if it's just there, just to be there, like fucking nudity, yeah, you're killing people and naked chicks.
But how?
Then
how,
I don't feel like it should be there at the moment. I don't care, but I don't feel like it really adds anything to the game.
Yeah, how ripped off would you feel though if you walked into a strip club in Grand Theft Auto 5 and you couldn't see a pair of titties?
As a kid, I'd feel extremely ripped off.
Exactly. It
As
fits,
a kid,
though. It
but see,
fits.
that's the point. As the kid, and that's the only time I could actually see a pair of pixels as nipples, and so
Yeah,
I can't wait to see this representation of nudity.
yeah, yeah.
as a kid, I mean, that's what we're talking about. I mean, if you're a kid, then maybe less nudity in their games, but
Also, you're masturbating constantly, so let's be honest here.
but right now, I don't care. If I had a family, I would care. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I feel like saying there's too much nudity in Game of Thrones is like saying something is overrated rather than highly rated. Because there's a lot of nudity in Game of Thrones. Like we all know that. But I don't necessarily, when I think of how awesome Game of Thrones is, I mean I do love the nudity. I think it's funny for the most part, and it's it's titties, so I like titties, but it's I think of the awesome moments in the show, like the fights and the just those heavy epic moments. So I don't know. I don't know if it is excessive. I mean,
I would say it's excessive because, dude, they go to the strip. They go to that whatever.
They go to the strip club.
Yeah,
I would
Well,
say
they go to
season
that-
1, yes.
I would say season 1 and
I think
2.
season 1 it was an audience grabber.
Yeah.
Season 1 when the chick's like playing with the other chick's ass, like in Littlefinger's thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
in the
one for
background.
sure.
Yeah, it's
Someone
still-
who has not watched Game
the
of
part
Thrones.
where he
that
wipes her
sentence
mouth
sounds
off. When he
disgusting.
wipes her
Yeah,
mouth.
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, God, we got to watch that shit again. It's just whatever. And as a parent,
Fuck, dude. God.
as a parent, you just have to decide what you value your kids seeing and not seeing.
There has to be a development period where the kid can't be exposed to that. I mean, it's going to happen regardless of how protective you are as a parent. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
But, in the home, God, when your kid's around,
well, you can always see whether a game has nudity on it.
Yeah.
or not with
Yeah,
the
I would definitely
package.
just check. And
I mean,
then-
it's like you're not going to watch Game of Thrones with your family, are you? It's like, let's sit down, kids. It's Monday night or Sunday night.
I had a friend who was talking about his kids, and he was talking about how his wife is Mormon, and he was saying that all he wanted to do with his kids, he would never say that masturbation is not okay, because that's a thing in Mormonism. Masturbation is not okay, because his thing was as long as you keep stopping them from viewing certain things or whatever, you might form these weird habits, and he didn't want his kid to be a disgusting kid, so he didn't want a circle jerk going on or something just to get out his sexuality, and so he just did not want sex to be seen as a weird thing, because then he's afraid that his kid might get into weird shit. And so that was kind of a funny point from him, and so I'm wondering is there a point in if you don't make a big deal out of nudity or sexuality,
Well, I agree with
does
that.
it then become not a big deal, or do just some people get really weird about sexuality,
I think
regardless of exposure.
Well, I think, especially in Utah, you see that trend of people becoming weird over it. So you have to, have a balance of like not treating it as a like it is taboo, but not treating it as this weird thing you can't get into. Be open about it, but then don't expose them to it unnecessarily. It's not like let's sit down, kids, watch this porno with dad.
Yeah, that's
that
too
would
much.
mess them up. Yeah,
That's fucked up.
Yeah, but the whole argument of like abstinence being it is technically the ultimate way to not reproduce and have unexpected pregnancies.
yeah,
Like, it is.
Absence the best protection,
But
for
it's not realistic.
everything, so.
And we look at how many single moms and shit like that we have in Utah because that's something that they don't talk about. Like the studies show, you don't talk about it. And
Okay, the problem I have with that idea, though, to be honest, like I agree with you. I agree
because
there
we're
should be
human. We're
sex
gonna do it.
education. There should be, should know about proper condom use or whatever. The problem that I have with that is like, what kind of fucking idiot do you have to be? Did you honestly need to be schooled in this? Like, you couldn't get this information elsewhere? Like, you had to learn it from education or from your parents? You honestly, like, you're so fucking dumb about pregnancy.
Well,
you
that's-
honestly think that
Well, it's easy for you to say.
if she's on top, then she
Don't ever
won't get
get
pregnant.
laid.
Dude, I've seen
gravity
some
pulls it down,
stuff
doesn't
that
it?
leads me to
Gravity pulls it down. What are you, fucking stupid?
Dude, I have seen some tweets and things that lead me to believe that there are indeed quite a few stupid people.
I can't fathom a person that dumb.
Dude, I
That's the
saw a
problem.
tweet where somebody was asking that if they finished in their asshole, if they would still get pregnant just because it was in the
It'll
asshole.
come out of the butt,
and then
too,
the
yeah.
baby will be birthed through the ass.
The answer is yes.
So there
Okay.
are indeed
All right,
stupid
fine.
people.
There are people that fucking dumb. Okay.
And I would say that a lot of those, like Cameron was saying, a lot of those taboo things they foster because no one talks about it or they're super hush hush about it.
So, like, I think the proper thing is,
But this is only with dumb people. Can we agree on this?
No,
this
it's
is
not
only with
necessarily
dumb people.
If
No.
no one's informed about something, it's not that they're dumb. They're
you
just
have
ignorant.
to keep it. You have to keep the subject something that the kids can talk about, not feel weird about talking about it. But then you're not just going to. You're going to keep the nudity to a minimum in your house still at the same time.
Well, yeah, your own nudity, I would hope.
But like,
Close the bathroom
you
the
can,
entire way.
What are you talking about? This is Nude Clan.
Please. Yeah.
yeah, you can like, I don't know. There's like certain ways to make people believe things and like almost like brainwashing. And it's not necessarily that you're dumb. It's just that you don't know any better. It's just ignorance. And I think that does play a part in this whole argument.
What's the difference between dumb and ignorant?
Ignorant, you just don't know. It's something you've never learned about. Like I'm ignorant of
But
being
this
a
is
superstar.
this is
it's
like
not that I'm dumb
a
because
common thing though. It's not something specialized. So that's
yeah, it's
I
a
would
common
call
thing. But
some-
when you get
something that's
when
common knowledge and you don't know it,
when
I
you
would
get a
call
large
dumb.
group of people together that don't talk about something, then no one really knows about it. The adults do, but the children don't. That's why it's such a problem here in Utah. We have like a 70%.
I'm not
Mormon
saying that
population.
you're not. I'm not saying that you're wrong, Schweiss. I'm saying that I can't fathom how stupid it is. Like, I don't. It just sounds dumb.
Well, if you're brought up in a world where this one subject's never talked about, and no information about it is readily available, then some people might get confused about it, or like a misconception if someone says something about it and that's wrong, but that's the only input that you have.
Yeah, it's like the whole, I believe that this is...
Are you going to
know,
have a group of 5 friends and none of them don't realize that if you finish on top, that you can still get pregnant?
It's not going to be that bad, but they're not going to talk about it because they never talked about it before. It's an awkward subject. So.
But now, see, we have social media to fill in the stupidity gaps for people too. Always posting some random shit online.
Serious right now?
Yeah.
But see, if you take someone into like a random community, like let's talk about like something like AIDS. Certain places AIDS are more rampant than others because they don't know. They just don't know.
They don't know what.
How
They don't know they have AIDS.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know
they don't know. They don't know
That's
how
the
to
thing
find
that's
out.
spreads
real quick.
around is not knowing that you have AIDS or HIV.
Or this becomes a problem because people don't know how to do it with protection, and that's why certain things are a thing because the availability of information. Like, there's something that you are probably a
I
retard
can't.
about that you just don't know, and someone thinks you're stupid.
That's what I'm saying is that's the difference between ignorant and stupid.
Right, exactly.
Like,
But-
I can't. It
but-
would be
but let's
ignorant
say-
for
let's
me.
say-
I'm ignorant of the position of the president. I don't know if I could run it. I
Right.
don't know what they do every day.
See, but that's
What are they supposed to do?
that's some very high level information. But his point is, though, if it's like common sense item and then they're just not knowledgeable on it at all, then that's kind of
Like,
dumb.
where the fuck did you miss this?
Exactly. If you
I
are
have
in our
I have
society,
a coworker whose first job is this job that I'm at, right? And she legitimately did not know that she needed to do her taxes. She is
Now
22 years old.
that is the fault of
That
the school
is
and her parents
stupid.
too.
That is not ignorant. That is stupid.
I don't know if that's
You had to go your whole life, and every time someone said taxes, shut your fucking ears. You had to do that. You had to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of obvious stuff that people just don't catch on to for a while, though. I mean, like, there was a girl in college.
I mean, I didn't say that to her. I was like, well, just go to TurboTax.com. It's really easy. She's like,
What's this W-2
I don't want to
thing?
give my information. I'm like, you shouldn't care about that if you're not. Oh, my God. Yeah, she didn't know what a W-2 was. That's where I found out.
Yeah,
I
there
was
was
like,
a-
hey, do you know if we got our W-2 yet? And she's like,
You mean the money's just not all mine all the time?
well, she would actually probably get money back. 'Cause
I know she
poor
would.
as fuck. So I was like, do you want free money? Do you want free money?
It's not free. Do you want money that you earned that
Wanna
the
get in my
government
van?
that you gave to the government? Now the government's going to give some of it back to you.
I can understand an 18-year-old doing that. I really can. I cannot understand a 22-year-old.
She's
doing that.
22, but remember, this is her first job. See,
Still, though, that's like a-
people like us. I've had a job since I was 14. And so I've known that from an early age because I was earning money that young.
I knew what taxes were when I was
But
a
you had
child.
parents, right, or someone who
Yeah.
did their taxes.
Yeah, because it's always like, oh yeah,
And, like, they
because it
probably
was always
complained
this.
about
It was
it.
always this. Oh, you're still going to be on my taxes. I'm going to claim you as a dependent, so you don't have to worry about it. So they get a bigger tax return.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
I know why they do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't fathom it, dude. I was
Yeah.
like, how the
Well, oh, man, there was
You
this-
can say that I don't know how to do my taxes, but
Yeah,
like
that's fine.
not understanding that there is a process of doing your taxes.
that you have to do it.
Like that you don't know that exists. I'm like, what, were you fucking in a cave the whole time? Just like, where the fuck were you? That's what I'm talking about. So the idea, what's a
also
condom?
you have to think about her. Also, you have to see she's poor, right? You have to think of her family situation, who she's surrounded by. Probably people getting money from the government anyway, so there is no taxes.
I think she's got a foster home or something ridiculous.
Oh, see, exactly.
But
see, that's the
still,
point. Yeah,
still.
she is in an environment where it's not a subject that comes up all the time. Whereas when you have a working parents, when then first of the year comes around, taxes is a subject for a couple of months in a house with working people, and she probably didn't have that. And then foster kid, she's going from school to school. It's not like she's sitting there all the time learning about this stuff in financial class. So
She should have learned it in a financial class
Yeah,
at some point
you have
as
to
well.
take one.
exactly, but if she's
She's
a
younger
foster
than
kid
us,
being,
so she
being
did have
sent
to
to
take
school
one.
to school, she might have skipped that, or she's probably has some weird thing about school, didn't want to listen, probably skipped it all the time.
Yeah, I don't know if that makes someone dumb. Like, dumb people aren't people that aren't informed. Like, we know how to do a show, but that
Okay,
doesn't
then
make-
when do you call someone dumb then?
when they can't figure things out, like when they are super
So
slow.
you put a logic question in front of someone. How long does it take them to solve it? I mean, there might
Well,
not
if
be
they
that
solve
logic.
it, then they solve it.
Yeah, but time frame. How long did it take them? Some bright people get it almost right away. Sleep deprived Cameron does not get it right away. But does that mean I'm dumb? I don't know. We'll have to test it out.
I'm sure she's better at something than you.
Nothing. Just not a fucking
I
thing.
doubt that's. I doubt that's.
But then again,
I'm telling you right now,
But then Joe,
there is not a fucking thing in this world that she is better at than
I doubt
then she
that.
walks in, starts shredding the guitar, and then goes like,
Okay, yeah. That'd be great.
Joe. But then you guys have heard my my trailer park mentality discussion, because there are people who are a level down. It just is. It just it can't avoid
Cameron's
it.
running for president.
I am
But
not running for president.
I still think there are things that they're probably better at than we are that we don't
Oh,
know
of course.
about that they know about from
I'm
their
sure.
daily life.
I mean, I can go on about what I just said, that trailer park mentality, but they probably know how to fix a car, and I don't. I can do some things.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's about what they know how to do. And then there's so many points of view, and so many different walks of life. You've learned something, and who you are shaped by the environment you're in. If you don't have that information readily available, then how can you judge someone by that?
Now, I do know dumb people, though. Like, there's no doubt.
I told you, there are
people at my work
dumb
that are
people.
just dumb. Like, everything they say, I'm like, what did you think that meant that? Like, what? When we have, like, a deep conversation about, like, white privilege, he just comes over and says something exceptionally dumb, and it's like, why do you even come over here? Like, we're all putting in, like, ideas and thought processes.
You're talking about tweakers?
Well, I think that's...
Yeah, exactly.
Are you talking about tweakers?
I don't think she's a tweaker. She's just really stupid.
Oh, that's sad.
I know.
I remember I had my coworker who was...
But is it something that she can
So
sit down and change? Could she, if she wanted to, like, exercise
sure.
her mind and become better?
I don't know.
She would have to want to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which dumb people don't want to obtain any more knowledge.
See, it's like always a grind.
I think
want more money.
that may be the definition of a dumb person. A dumb person never wants to become more
Never wants to learn.
informed.
Yeah.
They never want to learn.
Could
They
just be lazy, also.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, you're right. I would call that lazy as well, but I would also call that dumb. Because you would just stay wherever you are. Wherever you were at fucking 15 years old, you just decided that was it.
That's
So
the pinnacle
Cody?
of knowledge.
And for the rest of your life, you are fucking stupid. And I would say Cody is dumb.
I would say he's dumb in the sense that he's not progressing at all in his life.
He's dumb.
But I wouldn't say that he's just dumb and common sense every day matters. Well, besides trying to get a fucking Bronco on a team
he's
trailer.
dumb.
That was
he's
pretty bad.
dumb.
Well, I will say, though, that he is on his own, so I think there's something to be said about that. You don't think so?
What to be said about that?
He's able to function.
Yeah,
as
he had enough. Okay, so you're saying a dumb person is a retard then? Like
No,
an actual
I'm not-
autistic person?
I'm not saying
only
that.
by your definition can someone be dumb. They actually have to be mentally
but see, that's
disabled.
another point
What I'm
is
saying
that
is
Cody's
you're-
probably good at something that he's really good at something that you're not. So how can you classify
He's
that as
probably-
dumb?
He's probably better at shooting. He does it all the time.
So if the
Oh,
economy
cleaning
goes
his
to
guns,
shit,
he's better at that.
so
Okay, yeah, he
if
can clean a gun.
If the economy goes to
I used
shit,
to teach scouts how to clean guns.
Yeah.
if the economy
Yeah.
goes to shit, then and he knows how to hunt, and then you don't, then he's the top.
But I would say once again, guns are a specialized thing.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Like, everybody's better at something than
Yeah,
you. But it's just...
we're talking about proper.
Everybody is better at something than Joe. Joe's not good at anything.
Am I
he
really
made
not
a
good at
generalization
anything?
against you.
That's what they're saying.
I'm not good at anything. Okay, all right.
Everyone's
That's
better
what
at something
you should
than
take away
you.
from
Well, I'm sure someone's better at... There is someone who is better at everything that each of us does than we are.
Yeah, I wouldn't deny that.
There's
what I'm
always
saying.
somebody better.
There is
Well,
always
unless you're the
someone better.
best.
Yeah, but I don't know.
There is no the best.
What does that have to do with common sense?
Well, you didn't say common sense. You
Oh
said
yeah, I'm
smart
saying
or
yeah,
dumb. That's
dumb.
not necessarily
Okay, I would
That's
call
how Joe classifies dumb
Okay, so
people,
let's-
is that they don't
let's-
have common sense.
Let's take this back. Let's take this like an average
That is
day-to-day
his
life.
or that they
of
don't
dumb.
learn.
Well, I mean, socially
if they don't
awkward.
learn from their mistakes, then they're fucking stupid.
But Caleb, you know, the average day-to-day life, you're going around somewhere, you're doing these things, but then you watch someone else going through their day-to-day stuff, and they just have these issues that you don't have, and they're creating these issues themselves. And it's so like that's what I'm talking about. When you're in these entry-level jobs where they stay, and you listen to their mountains, which are just these teeny little problems, and then I know I'm leaning more towards Joe in that situation. Like, where's your common sense?
they're
Like, why
not
is this a
trying
problem?
to learn. They're not trying
Yeah.
in any way
Yeah.
to learn from any new situation that comes upon them. So if you ever heard the word "I'm doing my taxes" and you just decided to ignore the said phrase at all the way
No,
up
no.
till 22 years old.
They heard taxes, and then they're
You
just
guys
like,
remember
I
when this
don't-
was a video game show?
Yeah. You know what? I didn't watch Two Girls, One Cup until I was like 24.
I have not seen it.
I have
still.
not seen
I didn't
it, so-
know. I didn't even know what it was.
I know.
I had
what it
that-
is.
That went way over my head during middle school. And junior high.
I was scarred early
So
on
maybe
when it
maybe
came out.
taxes is the same for this girl.
Are you
It's
scarred?
her Two Girls, One Cup. It was pretty gross.
Yeah, dude. It's,
I wasn't able to find the full one. I
It's
don't
not
think it was
okay. I
actually
I think you
made.
kind of liked it the way you're talking about it.
No,
No, I remember him. I saw him from the other side of the computer, him watching it, and his face just being like,
it's pretty gross. dude.
everything that we were joking about, everything that was funny, the positive mood in the room, it was just leaving him. it was going away.
Yeah.
Not an innocent boy anymore.
No, it's pretty bad.
now you two
So-
need to watch it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
I'm
know.
not. I'm never fucking watching. That's one thing I'll say ignorant on, and I'm happy about that.
Okay, I don't know how the fuck we got here. Fuck. Does anybody want to talk about this Pac-Man guy?
Yeah.
Okay,
let's do
before we do, let's do some plugs though. Facebook.com/Nude Clan Podcast. That's Nude spelled N-E-W-D. You can go to twitch.tv/Nude Clan Gaming. See us play the games live. You can check us out on Twitter @Joseph DeGaulier.
Me at Obsidian Bomb.
Me at Nude Clan Cam.
Me at UFF Podcast.
You can also go to our website, you can go there too. You can go to nudeclan.net, join the forums there, ask a question. You can use the little email thing in the top there. Fuck, what else?
we
What
have a
else we
YouTube
got?
channel now.
We do have a YouTube channel.
I don't have a custom URL for it quite yet because I forgot how to put that on. But if you
Just go
search
into your
Nude Clan,
settings. So we should be able to have that next
yeah.
week.
So yeah, just go sub to us on YouTube. I'll put up all of our funny moments. We've got that Pseudo Intellectuals Book Club episode up there for the Shogun review. So that's another little, hour and 15-minute bonus episode for you guys. And yeah, I think that's all we have.
And you can support us.
Oh no, fuck
in a few different ways. If you go to nudeclan.net, there is a PayPal link. There is also an Amazon.com link where you click through Amazon. Just bookmark the bookmark if you love the show that much, and then every time you go to Amazon.com, click on that bookmark and do your shopping there, and we get a small kickback for it. You can also support us on Patreon. What is our thing for Patreon? What's our next goal?
Our next goal. Well, also before we get into that, shout out to Anthony Catton for being our newest patron
thank you,
on
Anthony.
Patreon. We really appreciate it. Fuck, it pulled up the.
Pulled up Godzilla.
Yeah.
Well, thank you to those who also subscribe to Godzilla. Okay, we did the live streaming on Twitch. What was the next goal after that?
I think that the next one, I believe, was. Why is their site all fucking jacked up? There we go.
I don't know.
I think it was the game contest thing.
The game.
Sick. God damn it. Sorry, guys. Yeah, $50. At this tier, every patron will be entered to win a random video game each month. Winners will be announced on the show. Each dollar pledged monthly gives you one entry into the drawing for the game. So all of you guys who are supporting us now, until we get to this point, which is $14 a month away, you'll have an entry for every dollar you give us a month. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You can pretty much see who's going to win. Most likely, anyway. The person, if you're giving us $1, you obviously still have a chance. But I know Joe has a lot of games that he's willing to give up because he's trying to clear out all of his inventory. I've got some games that I've platinumed that I don't really have a need for anymore. So I think we're just going to pool together a bunch of games and then randomly select one once we do the drawing for the game and send that out. So,
All right.
yeah, it'll be great.
Let's talk about the father of Pac-Man. So this guy, his name was Masaya Nakamura. He was born the 24th of December, 1925, and this is the reason we're doing an episode on him. He died January 22nd, 2017. So he died very recently, and I saw a thing on him. I saw an article. Wall Street Journal did an article on him. He's a very famous guy for the arcade days, and of course ran the company that created Pac-Man at the time. So He was a Japanese businessman and founder of what company? Namco. Fuck yeah, that's
was it
right.
a time thing? I thought we were gonna. Okay.
No, it's a shout out and
Okay.
get it right thing. Okay.
Only get it right if you're me, though.
He graduated from Yokohama Institute of Blank in 1948. Technology, fuck yeah, that's
Nice.
right.
I was going to go business. I don't know why.
And what did he study there?
Graphic design.
Programming.
Damn it.
Was in 1948.
He studied art. Damn it.
Institute of Technology.
Oh yeah, fuck. So
Engineering stuff?
computer engineering. He studied code.
1948. Once again.
Oh, 1948?
Yes.
Technology? Oh, well, he fucking studied...
Revenge on America. I don't know.
He fucking studied electrical engineering.
Okay, Caleb said engineering and stuff, and that's the closest we can get to this because
engineering and things.
There ain't no thing.
And things.
Yeah, and things. That was part of it. There's no way any of you guys would get this. It's studied shipbuilding.
What? I was close to the Institute of Technology to build ships.
I was close with the
yeah.
revenge
Oh, this
thing.
was in 1948.
All right.
Where
are
else?
technology.
Yeah, man. Ship is a technology.
Still, though, it's...
Yeah, you remember,
And he
you
was,
remember
yeah,
civilization.
come on.
That's a tech tree. You have discovered sailing.
So
sailing, yeah.
a few years after this, I don't know if he was shipbuilding. I don't know if he was just trying to be a businessman. But in 1955, he founded a company called Nakamura Manufacturing, which created what for department stores?
Nakamura, huh?
Manufacturing.
That's his name. Nakamura is his name.
It created something for department stores?
He
Yes.
made pots and
Purses.
pans.
Purses.
He made dishes.
It's for department stores, not to be placed in it's not a product.
Oh, well, fuck.
Oh, so he made...
What did he
okay.
make for the department
Signs.
stores?
Cleaning equipment? I have no idea.
He made mannequins.
Mannequins? Okay.
Clothing display racks. He made shelves.
All right. It's kiddie rides.
Oh,
For department stores. No one got
God
that
damn
one.
it.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't-
anybody's
no
close
one-
enough.
Yeah, he made those little rides that are on the outside of department
but
stores.
yeah,
you know what I'm
maybe
talking
like
about.
I guess that makes sense given his degree
Yeah.
in shipbuilding. Right?
No, it does.
Does it? Perhaps.
It's a boat.
In the early 1960s,
Does have that rocket.
Nakamura secured a deal with a prominent department store chain, Mitsukoshi, to install their rides where?
In the front of the store?
To install their rides where?
Yeah.
Inside the department store. Or on the fairgrounds is like a...
Okay, keep going, man.
damn
There's
it.
there's other places to place rides.
By the entrance of the
I've
store?
already said that.
Or, well, you said in the front. That's different.
God,
There's multiple places in front of a store, Cam.
Okay. It's not in the front or at the entrance or any
On the
In
roof.
in the toy section?
on the roof.
I was going to say that, but I thought that was so dumb.
Yep. He put them. Well, then fuck you. You should have fucking said it. 'cause you coulda gotten that thing.
Put
Sounded
the
dumb to me.
children on the roof.
No one
let 'em
fucking puts
fly
rides
off.
on roofs.
They totally put the rides on the roofs, and it just started with one store. Apparently, this deal, but then it was successful enough that they put it in all their department stores. This company, this department store company. So he was making bank.
How many kids got destroyed because they fell off the roof?
I don't think it was like a
it was
a
like a
riding
rocking
bull.
horse? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bull.
Slams into another
It's just
building.
right there on the edge.
Yeah.
It's just like...
This is fucking horrifying.
Oh my god. A few years later, in 1977, so he's already from the 60s, and he started this company in 1955 with kiddie rides, and then that's his thing until 1977. He would rename his company. Does anybody know what Namco actually stands for? Or any guesses as to what Namco stands
God
for?
damn it. It's probably Japanese, isn't
North
it?
American
North American. Okay.
North American manufacturer of.
Okay, you got one word. You got manufacturing.
I don't know.
So the last M in Namco is manufacturing.
Machining.
Oh,
No, it's-
machine is one.
There we go.
Okay, machine manufacturing.
Okay, so
We still have
National
Co, and we still have NA.
National Association.
For the advancement.
Okay, what do you guys think the N stands for?
Nakamura.
Nakamura, that's right. Okay.
Nakamura
And-
Association
So got Nakamura blank machine manufacturing
Company.
company. Okay.
I got the C. Now I need
All
the
right.
O. Company.
Cameron Wilson has this one because he has 3 out of the 4 names that have been guessed here.
Jesus, man.
Nakamura Amusement Machine Manufacturing Company.
What's the?
I guess
Oh.
company is
Is it
CO.
just
Is company.
CO?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was like.
I was like, what the fuck is O then?
So Cameron's got that one.
Okay.
So that's what Namco actually stands for, which I
Cool.
learned yesterday as I was planning this. Keeping a hold of the amusement industry, Namco would start experimenting with what in the 1970s? After they've been doing their kiddie rides.
1970s.
music industry, you said?
No, the amusement industry.
Amusement.
Well, is this when
Video
he finally branches
games?
out into like video
like
games,
arcade
hologram?
stuff?
Yeah, video games like arcade stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly as Caleb Craig said. He started experimenting with arcade games, guys.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then...
Is that fucking Pac-Man?
So basically, Nakamura saw something that was special in arcade games as opposed to his rides that were kind of going on. He would often, I guess he liked them as well. He would often like test them himself before putting them out on the market, and he
The
invested
arcade games or the rides?
the arcade games.
Okay.
I was like, God damn,
He might be a
dude,
little
fuck
big for the
that.
rides, unless he's like a small dude. But before putting it out into the market, he would test them. He would also get people to make them, so he was investing really heavily in these arcade games. Invested so much, though. I gotta. Okay, how much money did he spend? Because he bought this company. How much money did he spend in U.S. dollars buying Atari Inc.?
Oh, geez.
Their
70s?
Japan division.
This is the 70s?
This is the 70s. So
I
keep that in mind as
he
well.
spent about $5.2 million.
$5.2 million. Okay, that's a little high.
God damn it.
I'm going to guess $2.5 million.
Still a little high.
1 million. is my
1
guess.
million. Pretty close. Okay. $500,000.
God.
Oh.
It is the 70s. I think my
to-
grandpa's house was like
we're
30
still
grand.
going with too much.
to
Jeez,
buy
actually.
Atari Inc.'s Japan division. And what was the next biggest offer? So that was the biggest offer, and he got the company. What was the next biggest offer that
200,000.
Sega offered?
200,000.
Sega offered
75K.
200,000.
How much was it sold for again?
500.
500,000.
500. So 350,000.
Nope. So Schweiss was the closest again.
God damn it.
So
Oh, man.
80,000.
Oh,
Schweiss,
wow.
you were off by 5,000. Way to go. So
meager
Sega
$5,000.
also gave like an option, but it's not even close to what Nakamura was willing to
I
spend on this
bet
thing.
Nakamura felt like a real idiot right after.
My God, I could have done it for 85.
Too much.
Yeah.
This purchase allowed Nakamura to distribute Atari games for a decade, but the best thing that Nakamura would be known for would be developed in-house by a designer named Toru Iwatani. And what was that game?
Pac-Man.
That's right.
God damn it. That's the obvious answer.
Yeah. I was like, what if it's not Pac-Man?
So
Burger time.
Pac-Man's important, and I didn't really write this part down. Pac-Man's important, I guess, as a game because the thing that was the most popular with arcade games at the time were these sort of shooter games, so like Asteroids and stuff like that.
Oh, Asteroids is awesome.
And Pac-Man was like a brand new type of game. It started the sneak or stealth game. Like it started that genre in a way just because of how its mechanics worked. And like Metal Gear Solid, in fact, actually takes after Pac-Man in many ways. And it gave an explosion to a new type of game that wasn't quite out yet. On top of that, it was also the biggest arcade game ever at that point. And I'm not sure if Miss Pac-Man went past it, but Pac-Man was huge. What the fuck was that?
I have no idea.
Is that like the half of the Pirates of the Caribbean theme that just hit into my head? Anybody else hear that shit?
Yeah, I heard it too.
So the game was a runaway smash hit, spawning the popular sequel Mrs. Pac-Man and leading the charge of the golden age of arcade games, which we've talked about in history of video games. From the time it was released all the way up to 1990, how many US dollars worth of quarters is estimated to have been spent on Pac-Man arcade games?
From what time frame?
From 1970. What was it? It's like 1970 or 1983, I think, is when Pac-Man came out, to 1990.
So 7 years.
And
How many millions, you said?
Yeah,
You said 1990, right?
How much money in quarters?
right, for 7 years worth of time.
Yeah, for 7 years worth of time.
Okay, so how much was it a game? Was it 25 cents or 50
They
cents?
say in quarters, so I don't know how
Yeah,
much it
it's
was.
usually
in
a
game.
quarter,
Probably
I
a
think.
quarter.
How many
I'm gonna
millions?
say
How much
1.5.
money?
Oh,
I
how
say
much
in
money?
7 years they made $2 million.
In just quarters. So this isn't renting the
1.5.
machines. This is how
Yeah.
much.
$1.5 million in quarters.
$1.5 million in quarters. This is the biggest game of the golden age of the arcade.
Okay,
boost
fine.
here.
Fucking $3 million.
Okay, Cameron says 3 million.
I'll say 5 million.
5 million.
2.5 million.
Okay, 2.5 billion.
Oh my god.
2.5
Dollars in quarters?
billion dollars in quarters in those 7 years.
Oh,
That's
not inflation,
that's
right?
10 billion quarters
it's not
went into that
inflation.
fucking machine. 10 billion quarters.
It's not like all those quarters would go to him, because people would
Well,
buy
yeah.
the machines, right? And they would use those machines, or obviously they probably made a lot of money with the re-releases of Pac-Man, or with like mobile Pac-Man and shit like that, where people
Jesus.
have to do that. But this is how much is estimated to have been spent on Pac-Man from consumers in arcade games.
That is insane.
$2.5 billion.
Is that just in the U.S. or worldwide?
No, that's worldwide. That's 7 years. Yeah, man.
Jeepus.
This is a huge fucking game, man.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
2.5 billion. So this success made Namco so wealthy, it bought a series of
Small
theme
country.
parks, and even bought, for reals, the oldest Japanese movie studio. The company who bought this up, Nikatsu, was the studio. In 2002, Nakamura stepped down as CEO, and in 2005, Namco was merged with what company? Also
Square.
Bandai?
Bandai. That is
Yeah.
correct.
Squares, hell no.
So
They don't have that kind of money.
when they merged, I guess Bandai was a competitor of theirs, but when they merged, it became Bandai Namco Entertainment.
Yeah. God damn it.
I remembered that because of Power Rangers.
Explain.
Because the Bandai makes the Power Rangers toys, and at some point it just became Bandai Namco, and I remember
Yeah,
that.
it's
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it doesn't say why he stepped down, but this dude is fucking old. So like,
Dude, what the fuck?
what the hell is that? What programs do you have opened up right now?
Did you change the sound for skating followers?
No, it couldn't. Oh, it's one of those many, many tabs. I'm just gonna go ahead and bring down the computer sound from.
Yeah, I don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck.
I don't know what the hell's going on there.
God damn it.
So at his height, Nakamura was in the top 100 richest people in Japan. This was probably around 2002 when he stepped down. How rich was he? Like, what was his place in the top 100?
I think he was in the 3 Comma Club.
3 Comma Club?
Well, for Japan, that's like
It'd be like that.
Yeah, he'd be in like the 5.
Oh, we have to give the yen version?
No, he's just the 60 something.
68th?
Yeah.
That doesn't count. Fuck you. You guys weren't guessing, man. What the fuck was I supposed to do?
I was musing. That's what I was doing.
You didn't finish what you were saying, and I made a guess.
Well, I just accidentally slipped. That's all. Okay, no one gets that one. He was the 68th richest person in Japan at his height. In 2010, Nakamura was inducted into the Video Game Hall of Fame, which I guess is somewhere back east, which I didn't even know we had a Video Game Hall of Fame, but we do now, and was given the Order of the Rising Sun Award from the Japanese government, which sounds like a sweet award, for his contributions to Japanese industry. So I gave you his birth date and his death date. How old was he when he died? That's our last question here.
Okay, what was his
I'm not going to tell you his fucking birthday now. You got to pay attention.
Oh, God. He was 98.
Cameron says
No,
98.
no. 95. I'm going to go with 95.
Cameron says 95. Any other guesses, Cameron?
No, that's all for me.
I'll take closest.
80.
Not Price is Right rules.
83.
83? Caleb?
He went to school in the 40s.
Yeah, 92.
92. Wow, you were 1 year off, Caleb Craig.
Really?
God
Yeah,
damn it.
He died at 91 years old. So he was an old motherfucker.
Wait, did he graduate in 50?
He graduated in 48.
I was thinking 56. God damn it. I don't know why.
So anyway, that is our little quiz show on Masaya Nakamura. Okay. Now, guys, hold up your fingers because I'm not going to count this.
How much Pac-Man is there?
Caleb Schweiss, you get one.
Okay.
Cameron, you get one. Craig, you get one. Schweiss, you get another one. Wilson, you get another one. Craig, you get another one. Schweiss, you get two more. Schweiss, you get a third one. Caleb Craig, you get another one. Caleb Craig, you get another one. Okay, what are we at here?
Yeah, fine.
Well, what about my Namco one?
You got it.
You only had two the whole time?
you only had two, man.
Fuck it. God fucking damn it.
I feel like I should
So
get that
Cameron was in
68
third
one.
place with two points. Caleb Craig got 4 points. Was that right? Mm-hmm. And Caleb Schweiss, winner of
Just because you didn't give me
God
that
damn it, I could
68.
at
taste-
5
I
points.
could fucking taste that sausage and cheese.
Dude, I can give you some
man.
cheese and some sausage
Fuck
from
you.
somewhere
I wanted
between my
Beto's.
cock and my taint.
Oh, wow.
Why are you sticking it in there?
Sticking it in would it ever do? What?
Sausage and cheese. Why are you sticking it in your taint?
Well, I'm telling you where I know what the sausage is and I know where the cheese is coming from.
Yeah.
That's probably the most disgusting thing I've said on the show.
No.
Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys want to do some kind of tribunal shit? What is this?
Yeah, this is the tribunal.
Okay.
Oh, computer sound.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's do it again.
What's going on? So,
The tribute.
a week ago, and by a week I mean a little bit longer
like
than
a week and a half.
Yes. We tried Joe in the first tribunal. We didn't have the setup, but we came up with the idea of a trial where we let you listeners decide our fates in these issues we have amongst each other. These quarrels, these problems, whatnot, what have you. And, of course, the first one, does Joe beating the save file of another on Parasite Eve, is he allowed to count that as a game beaten on his hog list for the year? We all cast our votes, the listeners cast their vote, and the final count is 15 for hell no, and 6 for of course.
Oh, at least 6 people said yes. Thank you.
So the court of Nude
The
Clan.
tribunal.
Well, that's
The
what the jury says. You're the judge here.
Yeah, so but the punishment was it doesn't count, so you don't get to count it towards your beaten game list.
Yeah, that's the punishment.
Yeah.
I was going to say 5 hours of community service, but these guys don't care.
Oh,
That's
come on.
stupid.
So
people do
the
work.
verdict is guilty. as charged in the case of the people against Joseph de Gaulier. I do want to bring another case to the listeners, to the jury,
to the table.
and this is the people versus Kaleb Craig. Kaleb Craig, as we all know,
You have no case, you piece of shit.
You have a case, and I
as
have
we all know.
evidence. Oh, I don't
Set
have
up-
evidence.
Oh my God, I forgot. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
set up a goal for this year to not buy any games that weren't a review for Nude Clan. So no games outside of the podcast. Now, Kaleb Craig, what game have you bought? What game did you buy recently?
Okay, so
No,
in order to defend myself
Answer the
here,
question. You'll have a chance to defend
That's a
yourself.
pointed question, Schweiss. I
Yeah.
object.
Okay.
all right, I have to make my case here. So
Overruled by the prosecutor?
That's right.
No, we're the
can't
tribunal.
fucking do that.
Cameron has to be the judge here. He's the only
Okay.
one who has
So
it.
we had we have to get this as a working segment. So we have to designate one as a judge and who just sits and listens.
prosecutor,
while the case is
defendant,
made.
and then the.
So I'm the judge on this one. You're the defendant since you gave permission, I guess.
Okay.
And so this is how
You're
we
a
go.
witness.
I'm not a witness.
All right, so Kaleb Craig purchased a
I'm
game.
his lawyer.
Caleb Craig purchased
Don't
a
fucking
game.
talk to him unless you go through me first.
So you can't talk.
You see how well that
You
went,
can't
went for
talk.
you last time?
You can't talk, Caleb, unless Joe gives you permission to.
Caleb Craig had rewards from his credit card since he has a PlayStation. Is that correct? sir?
Yep,
a
PlayStation
PlayStation
card.
credit card. He had rewards
You can
in the
only
PlayStation
answer
Store
yes or no.
for video games, and he used those rewards plus 20 random dollars that we don't actually know.
that is your assumption.
Objection.
Objection. So,
right.
so
You're not supposed to.
no. Okay, I have evidence too. Okay,
Yeah.
so what's your objection?
My objection is that he's not allowed to know my client's financial
Oh, fuck
situation.
you. Oh, sorry, I'm a judge.
So, in what way do you think that he spent $20?
Well, what happened was we asked him because he was like, "Oh yeah, I had these reward points from using my credit card," and Cameron was like, "Oh, you had
Okay,
$60 worth of rewards."
So I purposely just said it like this. I'm like, oh, so you had $40 in the so you already had $40 sitting inside your thing, and he said yes. And so,
no,
so I
I
waited
said
for a
I had
second.
$20 from a
So I waited
previous
for a
reward
second,
section.
and then I asked him again. Oh, so wait, you already had rewards there. You already had $20. Like, yeah. So he said yes to two questions. That
No,
meant
I didn't.
different Things.
Okay,
I said-
hold on. Let Cameron finish.
And that's
we'll
all
go
my
to you.
evidence. I purposefully tried to confuse him to see what was going on.
No, you asked me if I already had rewards points, and I said
That
yes.
was my second question
Caleb,
I asked you, Caleb.
what? Tell us exactly from your side
Oh, okay.
what you did.
Okay, so I had rewards points from using my PlayStation card, and I purchased some $20 gift cards for the use on PlayStation, the store. And before
These
I
are
made
two
any,
separate things.
yes,
Okay.
and before I made any purchases, I asked Joe. I said, "Hey, so I have a question. I have this free money that I obtained from my rewards points. Can I use that to obtain a game?"
Yes.
And he said yes.
Okay.
So it is
So-
money, though.
Wait, quiet. Let him.
So I was like, "All right, I will trust your judgment," and then I got it.
Okay.
So Caleb turned to the defendant turned to his attorney, and attorney gave permission for said thing. So maybe two people are on the hot seat
all right,
today.
hold on now.
Wait. So
I did not know
we're
that there
explaining.
was a. Okay, so the gift card was a separate thing, and you used that.
I used my rewards points
Okay.
to buy the gift cards to use on PlayStation Plus for the PlayStation
Did
Store.
you use any of your own money? That
I
was
did not use any actual money.
rewarded from
No.
your.
Okay.
I did not.
Okay.
He did not use. Wait. No. Okay. So now we have some cross questioning.
I rest
on that.
my case.
Okay. So he rests his
He
case.
did not spend
If he
any
rests
of his own
If
money.
he rests his case, he's making no further arguments. So we're not hearing from Joe anymore. So
For now.
we've cross-examined. We have some shady evidence. Did he or did he not? So I'm leaning one way. But now we have to argue the semantics of the goal that was set. He will not purchase any new games this year that were not part of the clan or our goal, right? He did purchase said game. It was money in PlayStation value, yes, not a valid currency anywhere else besides PlayStation, but he did use said money to obtain a game that is now his, but not part of the Nude Clan goal. So purchasing happened. Purchasing is done. The studio made money off of that purchase.
We could argue this by looking at the exact words we said, because I'm pretty sure Joe said don't spend any money, and PlayStation Plus,
Where's the notebook?
money isn't like fucking
Where's the
cash.
notebook?
That
That's
counts
valid.
as
It's not
currency,
my own.
though.
It's not my
it does
own
not.
money.
That is not currency. That is PlayStation rewards. He cannot
It's
redeem it for a
points.
value.
You redeemed it for cash value within the
No, no,
PlayStation.
no,
Store.
It's not cash
No.
value.
You cannot-
I cannot use the PlayStation dollars or cards as like legal tender.
You can on PlayStation.
Okay, I'm arguing your point. So here, you cannot redeem
So is
it,
it-
Caleb, you cannot redeem it for actual monetary value.
Well, yeah,
Plus-
but if I put money into Nintendo's store, I can't then take it out and get money.
No, you can't. And so it's no longer a currency you can settle private and public debts with. It's only working with Nintendo now. However, the semantics that we're arguing is his purchasing this game with PlayStation credits going against his goal.
I say that it is. I think that's. I say that's
we
currency.
know that's your point.
Well, and then your other point is that it wasn't for the clan, but it is.
How is it for the clan?
It was for the clan because I wanted all of us to play it and stream
Oh,
it.
you
Because,
want it.
because I do want the game. But the other thing that Cam was arguing is that if we use it for the stream, it is technically part.
I would argue that if we are all obtaining a game to stream it
That's
for the
not
clan,
what the goal was, though. It was play games that are nominated for the clan.
But
that's
No,
not
no,
what
no,
we
no,
said.
no,
we
no,
said if it was for
if
the
it's
show.
if it's for the
That
show.
was what was
however,
implied.
however, the argument.
No, it's not about implications because
It
then
is.
you're arguing outside stuff.
That's my job. Fuck you. Anyways,
It's not outside.
if we had said yes, we're going to stream this game and this is going to be for the clan, then I agree with Caleb. However, that was not made. That was not a decision made. But you have evidence to bring.
I would argue that the gift of money only money in quotes.
He was
only-
gifted from his credit card
Okay,
rewards.
the gift of the credit card rewards would count as a gift and not a direct purchase.
But we do have to purchase games for the show, and you could have saved those funds for said games.
But either way, the
I-
credit card company would have purchased it, not him.
Yeah.
It's because of
I
the
would
deal.
argue that.
It's because of the deal he has with them, though.
He brings to the table a valid point. So how are you going to rebut that?
I'm going to say that when Caleb got this credit card, he knew what he was getting into.
What is your rebuttal?
He knew that he was going to get reward points for PlayStation Network, and he's trying to fight this obviously guilty charge. I mean, you have a man who says at the beginning
Caleb.
of the year that I am going to not buy any games that aren't for the clan, that aren't Nude Clan games. What is a
Not
Nude
gonna
Clan
s-
game? A Nude Clan game is a game that
What
is
is
The spirit of the law
nominated.
being that he is spending his own money. If someone bought him a gift, even a gift that he chose, he would not be making that purchase.
think of it
That's
this
different,
way.
though. Someone would have bought it for him.
Joe.
He bought this himself.
But this is like
He-
a coupon
he was given,
situation. This
he
is
was-
not really a purchase.
He was given legal
If-
tender within the PlayStation Network.
If money was not taken out of his bank account for this purchase specifically, I would say that it
Order.
does not count.
Order. So you bring up a valid point. However, this money that he used could have been used for a Nude Clan game, but he used it for this instead. Therefore, money is still going to leave his account when he needs to purchase a Nude Clan game.
Yeah,
It's
but
not-
yeah,
that's
but
a
that's
different
part
thing.
of- that's
yeah,
fine. That's part of the goal.
Yeah, that's
He's
part of the
still
goal.
used
What does the goal
something.
say?
The goal is
The
to
goal was written by me, so I don't count this as the.
What is the written goal?
only buy games for Nude Clan?
Well, that sounds guilty as fuck.
No,
No,
it is
because
not.
A game
didn't-
has been purchased.
He
However,
did
who did
not
the purchasing?
spend- I would say the credit card company did the purchasing.
But he had to spend money to get those reward points.
I think
Yeah,
he
but
did.
it
But that
wasn't
was
money on
that was
games.
indirect. That was not a direct
Yeah.
purchase. That was not a buy. He did
So
not
if I were
buy
to look
this
at,
game.
so if I were to have Caleb bring said receipt to the table, would it say credit card company name, purchase said game? I believe not. I believe it's going to say Caleb Craig with his name, purchase said game.
it wouldn't
Credit card
there-
company gave Caleb money, valid tender.
put it into my PlayStation wallet.
And they put it into his PlayStation wallet, and then Caleb now has control of that money. That is now Caleb's money, no longer the credit card company. And so Caleb still made a purchase.
But he cannot even take that money out. It would just be sitting there otherwise.
It's not legal tender anywhere outside of PlayStation.
Right.
Thus being like a free game or a coupon.
So this ruling is going to set precedents because as it's written down as cannot buy game.
Yeah, it's
totally non-informal.
That is valid constitution for our goals this year. So what does the word buy mean in this?
I would say using your own money. If you're...
Okay, using his own money.
Specifically, correct. I remember saying you will not spend money on this, and I did not spend any of my own money.
Any of your own money?
He said no. And I specifically asked him before the purchase to make sure that it was fine.
Well, see, that was your first mistake.
What? So I can't trust Joe?
That's slander. Another time you're removed from the court.
Yeah, because
get your fucking hands off of me.
I'll call Dwayne down here and have him drag you out.
He's the bailiff.
Yeah, he's the bailiff. Okay, so now we have to argue over what buy means. He was given PlayStation currency, and you use PlayStation currency to buy product. However, this PlayStation currency was given to him as a gift. But PlayStation currency was already in his wallet that helped him complete this purchase. How did that previous money enter his wallet?
The same way.
How long ago did you
so
put that
you
previous
are
money?
telling me in how long of
that
a period of time?
was credit card thing?
I got it at the start of January when we made the goals.
Anybody got a Bible anywhere?
No, we need the golden hog is what we need. To swear on the golden hog.
Swear on the hog list. That's what we should do. It's too late though. We've already started the trial.
So
he's already been lying through his teeth.
we need to look. So what we really need to do is look at his credit card reward program and see how much money he needs to spend in order to get X amount of money rewards. Because he's saying he has $60 in worth of credit card rewards in the month of February.
That's a lot.
That is a ton of credit card rewards.
I would like to argue a simile or is it a simile? Or metaphor for this situation. Now, this situation, obviously, he had to purchase his own things for his credit card company in order for them to give him.
He was using his credit
large
card
amounts of awards. That's fine. That's part of the process with his own financial situation. If you had, though, and I would like to see how Caleb would defend this. If you had an employer who said, "I will reimburse you if you buy this game," if you had that employer eventually reimburse you for that game that you had to buy for your employer, or even for yourself, let's say they just said they will reimburse you, thus you didn't spend, when it's all said and done, any of your own money, did you
overrule
buy the game?
Since your employer gave you the money, it is now your money.
Your employer reimbursed you later.
Okay, so if your employer reimbursed
you would then be taxed because it would count as an award. You would be given the money.
So my employer regularly gives me gift cards.
Yeah, they put it on your tax form though,
and I count that as my money. And if I go to spend on a game, I have spent that money on a game because it is the money they give me that I could use for anything.
Money as a gift. And that is not coming from your bank account.
We can actually pull from actual law what it counts as.
The spirit of this goal was that Caleb was not going to waste his own money.
I also remember
it is his own money.
Us talking about
rewards that he could spend on other games that we were going to review.
Before you had him put this goal down.
That may be the smarter thing to do, but he chose not to use these free points.
Okay,
they don't expire.
Do that.
So let's not act like they go away. They don't. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
The PlayStation balance isn't going anywhere. It's not just going to poof.
Balance.
Yeah, the PlayStation balance.
So that is an invalid argument.
So I feel like we have enough brought to the table for
No. One more thing.
Okay. One more thing and then we're done.
Before we put this goal down, I remember Joe saying, "Why don't you work on your backlog and try to only buy games for Nude Clan?" Working on your backlog isn't purchasing another game, thus making your overall completion ratio for your games less. Working on your backlog and only buying games for Nude Clan is working on your backlog.
And for me,
Only buy
I feel
games that are
the real
nominated for
hinder
the
is that this game was not purchased for Nude Clan. This game was purchased in hopes it would be for Nude Clan.
Yeah, it wasn't a.
So-
even if you say you wanted to buy
My
it, so
argument
that
is
wait,
not
wait.
that.
Just one
My
second.
argument was that
You'll
was
have a
not
chance at the
his
end.
money.
So your final statement.
the clan has not endorsed For Honor up to this point. Therefore,
And do you feel that any gifted currency or currency inside his PlayStation Network is counting as a purchase?
I would say yes.
And that's how the game company sees it too. It's a purchase. Now, final defense statement.
I would say that because it was not money from him
It was not,
and
his
it was
earned money,
only
no.
to buy games
No, it's still earned
or
money.
only to spend on the PlayStation Store, that it is considered a gift and not a purchase of Caleb's own bank account.
It may not have been from his own bank account, but that was still money he
Yeah,
earned.
judge.
You're the judge,
Okay.
dude.
Shut
You
the
can't.
fuck up.
You got to be impartial.
Okay,
And
so
you're
I'm
one of the
impartial.
people going against me.
Okay, I'm
so
impartial,
Fuck
so
you.
you could strike that from the record.
I would say that it counts as a purchase not from him but for him.
Okay.
rather.
All right, so now it is up to our jurors
And
to
he should-
decide. No, that's
And
your
in any
final.
case, should be forgiven for any sort of badly written goals.
Okay, so let's try this. Okay, so now it's up to the jurors to decide if he is guilty or innocent. But now we need to figure out what the punishment is if he is guilty. If found guilty, what do we need to do? And if found innocent, what do we need to do?
Whip.
I think, well, innocent, you're just acquitted of the charges.
I
There
think
is
innocent,
no
he's
reward.
acquitted of charges, and we will
Unless
amend said goal to include to have a gift clause.
I would say that that there is some stress on my client, and
Well,
that,
if you want to start a countersuit,
unnecessarily
if
so.
you want to start a countersuit for defamation,
know.
you can
I'm-
do so after
I
the
would
fact.
say, yeah,
I'm really
I would
seeing-
think, it would automatically. I think this is not the United States. This is defamation automatically. If he turns out to be innocent,
I'm seeing that there is a will and to lie if he wanted to. So because he's wanted this game for a long time. But anyway, so if he wins this, then do we have a counter trial for defamation? We'll have to talk about that later. But I think if he wins, then we need to amend his goal to allow a gift clause and then write in specifically credit card awards count as a gift. If he loses this, then what is the repercussion?
The next episode, he has to he has to record shirtless.
That would be
That's cruel and unusual. Overruled.
That's
Overruled.
I
and
don't really
unusual.
mind doing that, but if people watching this stream wouldn't enjoy it as much.
You don't know that.
That's true. They could enjoy my luscious titties.
No,
but-
wait. He has to eat a single cube of Spam while we record.
Oh God.
oh shit!
Not a whole cube, but like a little teeny piece of it cut
Oh,
out.
no, whole
Evil.
Oh, no, he can't do a whole cube. His blood pressure would spike through the roof.
God.
That's one punishment.
I like that. You have to eat a can of Spam.
Not a can. Not a can.
Can of Spam on the show.
Not a can. Like a piece of Spam.
It's okay
Spam
though,
is
Greg. You're
not-
innocent, right? You'll be fine.
a
Yes,
piece of
I will
Spam.
be fine.
So you don't have anything to worry about. Spam? Is that fine?
Will you accept the ruling of our jurors?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm overruling a can of Spam. I'm saying because he really fucking hates Spam.
Dude, I honestly, I'm on Caleb's side, but if you're gonna do a punishment, it has to be more than just a little piece of Spam.
How about half a can of Spam? Because that's a little much.
Well, who's gonna eat the other fucking half?
I
I'll eat
love
the other.
Spam.
I fucking love Spam too, man.
We'll make Spam burgers all day long.
Or just get one of the smaller cans. You don't have to be the
yeah.
big ones.
Okay, yeah,
All
small
right.
can.
Okay, now that this is done, I have another trial.
Oh
Okay.
no!
This segment's already
we wait
so
till
long.
next week?
We have these two have not made a blog post.
Boom.
Oh,
that
And they had
shit.
the goal of making a blog post
Neither
every
of them.
month.
Yeah,
I
Caleb
would
had
argue-
one twice a month.
I have a blog post.
I would say
The blog post that Joe made that
Yeah.
would not count for you.
but that's a gift. It counts as his own blog post, right,
under your
Cameron?
own definition of
Yeah.
gift.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm guilty as charged.
You know what? I will say, though.
Cameron had 2 blog posts a month, and also Schweiss had the same goal.
Right,
And
but this
we're 4 blog posts short.
Here's what I would argue, and that's not true. We're 2 blog posts short. We're in the beginning of February.
No.
January had
January-
4 together.
2. Oh.
There are a total of 4 blog posts that have not been posted.
I will
in
say
situation.
this, though. The spirit of a New Year's resolution.
I'm not going to argue it.
is
It's
to carry
guilty as
you.
charged. There's not.
Is
So
to-
since I'm pleading guilty, can I choose my own punishment,
Can you choose?
or can I propose a punishment?
You may propose a punishment.
Okay, I'm proposing I have to do 4 blog posts in February.
Oh, come on!
That is I'm making a restitution for what I've left.
Yeah, but then you're just not going to do it, and then you're just going to try to double it next time.
No.
so that you
I
don't have
can't
to do
write
it
8
again.
blog posts a
Oh,
month.
my
4
God.
is like really
I-
fucking pushing it.
I will argue it because the spirit of a goal for 2017, which is
don't
what
argue
this,
that
which is
goal.
what
It's
this
as
paper says
listed.
right here. 2017 goals.
I made
2 a month means
I
24.
exactly said 2 blog posts a month, and so I can't wiggle out of that. It's fucking February. I did not do a
2
blog
a
post in
month
January.
is an average sort of a statement. Now, we are in February. I should have 2 up if I were doing 2 a month, but this is a year goal, which means
No,
that if
you said it as a month, which would make it a monthly goal
I meant that to
for the year.
No,
so
no.
it would be a monthly goal in
meant
the
to-
year of
it's-
2017.
it's meant to be a yearly thing, since that says 2017 goals, not 2017.
Then you would have said 24 blog posts for the year of 2017 instead of 2 blog posts a
So
month.
like 52 books in 52 weeks.
Hey,
is
guys.
52
The
books.
spirit of
I'll wait till I
yeah. I'm not. I
But 2
failed?
blog posts a month is 2. In
Have
a
you
month.
have you done 1 book every single week?
So far, yeah.
Okay, that's fine then. What if I'm behind a few books and I still do 52 at the end of the year? Do I still fail?
No,
I don't.
But your goal
Is that
is
the
stated
year?
differently.
I
Within 52 weeks, you're
Only-
reading 52 books.
Yes.
But within a month, you're supposed to do 2 blog posts.
disagree. I think it's a yearly thing.
Wrong.
2017
Wrong.
goals. Top of the page.
Wrong.
I'm going to make another valid argument for my 4 blog posts. There are 28 days in February, so that makes a real time crunch a part of it, and the stress that I'm going to have to go through to get these done.
the stress.
This is, I think, this is more
you
than
could
valid
put,
punishment.
honestly, like
You
could put a
had the
blog post-
entirety of January to make 2 blog posts, and you did not. do
Writing
that.
is something that I don't struggle with putting good words on a piece of paper. I struggle with the desire to put words on a piece of paper. I have a hard
Then
time.
you shouldn't have made it a goal, shouldn't you
Writing.
have?
No, I see where I'm lacking, and I want to make an improvement. Okay, that should stand for something. Wanting to improve. Okay, so before the court, I say 4 blog posts.
I'll let him do 4 blog posts in February.
Yes, and I'll gladly eat a can of spam. Just so you know.
And I think they're both guilty, and there's no question. This is not semantics. This is obvious.
I'm writing my own goals next time. I was trying to make it easier for you.
Dude, you accepted the
How can-
same
how can
exact
you
goal
argue-
as Cam. There
can
is
we-
no writing differently that would make it any different.
Well, I only said twice
Cameron
a-
actually copied your goal.
I only said twice a week.
No, I was first.
because I
I was
wanted
first.
to do, or
Twice a
twice a
month.
month because I wanted 24. in the year.
If we argued semantics for Caleb's goal, we can't get around what we wrote down when we forced Caleb to abide by what he wrote down. So
Yeah.
we've already set precedents for this. We said 2 a
That's,
month.
no, that case hasn't been resolved. There's no precedent.
Well, we're already ruling by it, and we're letting them decide.
yeah, they're deciding. That's what sets the precedence, not us having the trial.
Okay, so he's arguing
It's a result.
can he have just the 24 blog posts by the end of the year, or does it have to be 2 a month? And repetition and putting stuff out in a timely manner helps gather more followers.
I think that
so. I feel like the 2 a
shirtless
month.
episodes are the way to go.
I'm not doing a shirtless episode, so
You know
What are
what?
you gonna do,
If
Cameron?
if you want to destroy our will to do blog posts, then you go right on ahead. If I've already failed it, what's the point of even doing any this year? If I've already,
well, that's what the
if I'm gonna
punishment
get
is
tried.
for. If you're not going to, it's
Well,
the
I can only get tried for it once. So why do it?
If you miss next month, we're coming back to court.
No, I don't think we are.
Yeah,
There's
we
double
are.
jeopardy. I can't get tried for the same crime twice.
Yes, you can.
No,
because
you can't.
then it'll be like missing
We'll do a civil
2
court
months.
after
If I you could do that.
If you go out and commit the same crime after serving your sentence, you're saying that
It's
they
not the
cannot
same
put you
exact
up.
crime. If I get
No, it'll
tried,
be once for January, once for February.
if I get tried for murder, and
They'll be tried 12 times.
if I get tried for murder and I didn't actually kill you, I can then come out and kill you, and I can't be tried for it again. Because I was already tried for murder, for murdering you. I can't be tried for the same thing twice. How can I murder you twice?
The first time you fucking didn't, and they proved that you didn't. And
the first time I was proven guilty, and it was framed. I was framed. That's what I'm saying. That's what double jeopardy is.
No, but this is something else. This is petty crime. This is theft. You can be charged theft for multiple times.
No, but not the same exact crime.
So, but this is for January 2017.
Yeah.
That's
God, your argument's so dumb. It hurts.
That's your crime. Is January 2017. You did not put 2 blog posts up. Your blog post could literally be "I like puppies" and then a picture of a puppy, and that would be a blog post.
Right.
So now you're just arguing semantics. You're arguing that I don't
would
have.
be a blog post.
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
be.
but that's not the whole purpose
the goal,
of a blog post.
Caleb.
It doesn't matter what the purpose is.
You did not come
It's
to the
whether
table
or
and
not
say,
you did it.
You did not come to the table and say, hey, I want to do 24 blog posts this year, so maybe 2 months should be fine. No, it was I want to do 2 blog posts a month. That was the fucking goal, and that was what it is. I am guilty as fuck, and I accept.
Well, I know
my
you are. You don't do
sentencing.
shit for this thing. Guilty of anything that we fucking tell you you're guilty of.
No, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself with a meaty fucking fist up your asshole.
that-
Yeah,
the,
you're only jealous
punishment?
it's not going to be yours.
I don't want to fucking touch that asshole. I smell it often enough anyway with the way you spew filth out from it.
Yeah, you're just fucking smacking your lips when that happens.
I'm fucking
you were
just...
balls
oh,
deep in
man.
that.
I would argue that perhaps we should just keep it to we should lay down the guilt.
Who's the judge in this
But
one?
as far as the tribunal is concerned, I do believe that that maybe we should keep it to video games.
And not the blog. Oh, you're saying for the punishments?
Anything when it has to do with this tribunal.
Okay.
I think charges not based on video games or
is not worthy of the tribunal.
I don't or
Well, I mean, we have to
fuck.
set something somewhere because this is getting quite out of hand. This is turning into quite a long segment.
Oh my god.
It has to do with the network, though.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, fine. Never mind. I take it. I recede.
And we do goals on the show, so it would have to do with the show anyway.
I take it all back.
Maybe we can only do one tribunal a month. How about that? Because we...
No, just yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. One tribunal a month. I'll say you should probably do a couple extra posts though, Schweiss.
Yeah.
Well, if he's found guilty...
I would
then
like
4
you
blog
to. I would
posts.
like to read your blog posts. So
Yeah, well, it's okay. I'm just going to put I like puppies 4 times, so fuck yourself. Fucking losers. Since
Well,
that's all
at
you
least
want.
you'd be posting
Since
something.
that's all you want is just a nothing blog post to fill the numbers, the goal that we set. There's no spirit behind it.
Hey, every
that's what you
writer
get.
has a deadline, Caleb. You can't resist this.
I'll fill it. I'll hit the deadline.
Like some Pulitzer
I'll
Prize
do it. I'll
winner
do it right
winning-
now. Even I'm
some
gonna do it
Pulitzer
right.
Prize winning writers have a weekly deadline for their newspapers. I mean, this is not something that's out.
Oh,
out
I
of,
understand. I know. And as a
he's
writer,
just, he just wants to be a fuck. That's all.
No, I'm gonna
so,
get my,
So,
I'm gonna
so
do
he's
it.
been a fuck. We have the case on the table, and now we let the jurors decide.
no, we're not going to do jurors on that one.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to do
We're
4
solving
blog
this one in the
posts.
house?
I'm going to do the 4 blog posts right here.
Oh, okay. So be a fuck.
So you accept the
No,
punishment
it's,
then, meaning that you accept that you're guilty?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That is done.
okay. Sort of half covered, getting fat.
Yeah.
Already.
I think the tribunal's a good part to have. Is it getting
So 24 books, Craig, is what you put. How many books have you read so far this year?
1.
1. Okay. You're a bit behind. Just a bit behind. Yeah. Cameron, what about how's everything going? Your
So
30 books of nonfiction.
I am working on one that was suggested to me by a listener, and the title of said book is. I'm pulling. Sorry, guys.
20 minutes later.
The title of said book
Don't remember the name of the book
is
you're reading.
is the first name. It's Keynes Hayek. And so that is the book I'm listening to right now.
What is it about?
It's about a financial, another court thing.
Okay.
Is that where you came up with the idea of the tribunal?
I know. As the stock market crash of 1929 plunged the world into turmoil, two men emerged with competing claims on how to restore the balance two economies gone awry. There, that's you say awry. John Maynard his last name, I'm just going to say Keynes. Yeah, I'm going to say Keynes. The mercurial Cambridge economist believed that the government had a duty to spend when others would not. He met his opposite in little-known Austrian economics professor Friedrich Hayek, who considered attempts to intervene both pointless and potentially dangerous.
That's funny. I actually just read an economics book myself. I read or listened to Wealth of Nations by
The
Adam
only way
Smith.
I can do this is listening it on 1.5 or 2 speed. So
I got through Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith, and there's a lot of good stuff in that. A lot of our kind of modern economic thought is taken from that book.
Do I have my credit already? I'm probably going to download that and be next.
It's a long motherfucker, but it is. I think it was on sale for like $2, so I would actually spend real money on it because it was so cheap. But anyway, it was a great.
How was the narration?
It was a great book. Yeah, the narration was great. It sounded like a snobby British guy, which not Scottish. Which Adam Smith was a Scottish guy, but he was. It works. He sounds very intellectual as he's talking about
Who was the narrator by?
The details of fucking the price of wheat and shit like that. Yeah, that's
Adam Smith.
Yeah. Thomas Jefferson really dug the book, and a lot of libertarians kind of look to that book as their Bible. I would argue that there are some things near the end of the book, the last kind of fifth, where he talks about his preferred way of paying for schools and paying for infrastructure like roads and stuff, I think is unrealistic. But and it's less based in fact, but the way...
What do you mean by less based in fact?
It's a lot more based in opinion than his other stuff. So when he's arguing...
Well, it's a theory. It's an economic
When he's
theory.
arguing... Schweiss, you haven't read it. So when he's arguing...
I've read parts of it.
When he's arguing that the real wealth of a nation is not based upon their coinage or based upon their precious metals that they have in store, when he's arguing that, he brings to point a lot of supporting evidence. His stuff on education and his stuff on roads, there's hardly any evidence for it. It's flimsier. But that's only that last section of the book. The rest of the book is incredibly in-depth and incredibly well done, and I dug it a lot. And I learned a lot of shit. And it's very dense, and it is like 1,000 pages long, and
What speed do you listen to it on?
1.65.
Okay.
And sometimes I would have to slow it down, but that's usually what I was at. It was an incredibly eye-opening book. There are some like modern economic theorists, like some recent Nobel Prize-winning economist. He argued against him, saying that Adam Smith didn't. The amount of advertising that's in today's culture, Adam Smith did not have. So when you're looking at two competing companies or competition in any sort of economic circumstances, it does not bring to fact that one might advertise better than the other, and then the quality of the product does not actually go up because they could be having success and not have as good of a product. So that was something that he argued against, and I agree with him on that. That's definitely not taken into consideration with his argument. But in general, I think Adam Smith is right about most things, and I really dug the book. So yeah, that was my most recent of the 4 books I read.
Well, cool. I don't think I should have to pay for school. I have to pay, I think it was like $700 last year for the Provo School District. I don't think I should have to pay that at all.
Adam Smith would agree with you somewhat. He would say, okay, this is what his thing on education was and what I thought was realistic. He also lived in a world where they had sort of the lords over a region, or like they would have the rich merchants and then they would have the poor, and that would be the rest.
Yeah, it
of
was
the people.
feudalism.
Right. So what would happen then is that he would say that if you had your kid going to school, you would pay the teacher directly.
Yeah.
And then, which they kind of do through taxes now anyway.
Sort of, but I don't have any kids.
Sort of.
Anyway, keep going.
And that the rich would then, out of the kindness of their hearts, also pay a large chunk towards the teacher. My problem with that, and his argument against using taxes to do that, was that the government would then corrupt the school system, and it wouldn't be as good. My argument against that is that you could have the rich merchant or the lord also corrupt the school system, and that isn't really a good argument.
You could.
I think either way is like. I don't think either way is really that good of a choice, but I don't think Adam Smith is necessarily better.
You could, but I mean, you're also coming at it from a point of view of why would we do anything out of the kindness of our hearts? We're already taxed 40%.
And he also said that toll roads were the best way to go, and that there would be a third party that would make sure the roads and that the rich people would make sure the roads look good, because if their area of the world looked good, then they will want to put money into it. And to me, I'm like, our road system is much better than any of the road systems that he was recommending, and like our freeway system is much more impressive than any road system in Europe at the time.
Well, yeah, but Europe is,
and our road system
built.
is a federally built system, and I would say he was proven wrong. That's what I would say. So those are my two arguments for his last two arguments.
Depends
in the book.
on which city and where you're going.
Yeah, it's not
the
equal.
freeway is what I'm talking about. So
Even
that was
still.
the federally built thing. I mean, these local roads are local, and they are usually done by local taxes.
There's probably sections of the freeway in certain areas of town that are needing attention.
Yeah, they get attention all year round.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of tolling for use. The only reason we don't is because we're already paying taxes.
But I can't believe that all rich people will just pay out of the kindness of their hearts, or for the fact that they want their area to look better. I don't really
that makes
get
economic sense. That's bringing up your home value. I don't want to live next to trashy neighbors because they lower my value. I'm not rich. And
yeah,
I
but there's
believe
not a
that.
rich lord over every single neighborhood, and there's also way more people than he could possibly imagine. So we're talking about little farming communities and London.
Well, if you think about it.
Well, yeah, but also the road system in Europe is not built for Europe because the fucking buildings were built before cars. You can't compare their infrastructure with ours.
You can't. You're right. That's why I'm saying his argument there fails.
Well, if you think about it, let's think of it this way. Let's think of an apartment community.
And that's the only problem I have with it. I know that you are very pro-libertarian, and so like anything I say against Adam Smith probably like irks you. But I'm telling you that those 2 points were the only problems I had with the book. I thought it was great.
Honestly, I'm amazed that you think that. To be completely honest, I really am.
What?
The rest of it's great.
The rest of it is great.
Yeah, I think that's like appalling to me.
He puts up a lot of great historical arguments, context. There's tons of evidence. Half his fucking book is fucking evidence about in the late 1600s the Germans put this price on corn. It was fucking crazy, dude. Like the amount of detail in this book is nuts. In fact, I would say to most people, you don't really need to read the book because it is so in depth about things. You would mostly just look at what did Adam Smith believe on a Wikipedia page or something like that, and you would get the big points.
Yeah, it's kind of like reading Sun Tzu's book. Like a bunch of it's stuff that like you don't really need to read, but then there's the part that you do.
Sure.
Like here's the battle formations, here's the this, here's the that, and then there's his actual theory on ruling. That's the interesting part.
Yeah, I haven't actually gone through
Art of War.
Art of War yet.
No.
I've gone through The Prince.
Some of it's pretty
by
awesome.
Machiavelli, and I dug The Prince. And I know
The Prince.
a lot of
is-
people hate The Prince because he's like, you don't have to be a good person to be a good ruler. Like a lot of people have a serious issue with that argument. Yeah.
Well, I guess those
and
are
like Joseph Stalin like really dug that book. He dug The Prince, and he would like have it next to his bedside table. That's the story anyway.
yeah.
And so people like look at Machiavellian thought as like bad, but I kind of disagree with them.
Yeah.
The Prince was really good. If you
Well,
had
it's like the idea that you can't have a personal opinion and a political opinion on something. Like, why is that such a hard thing for people?
You can't separate the two.
Yeah, it's like,
It's like
oh, well,
I'm anti-abortion in my life, but whether or not your abortion opinion outside of everybody else is different.
right. Yeah, and people are like, "Ugh, you say one thing and believe another. It's like, well, just because I believe that, I am the most appealing of the hosts doesn't mean that it is. Or it doesn't.
Me.
Yeah, clearly. Look at him.
I know.
It was a ball of awesome over there.
It was definitely a ball.
Yeah. A lot of awesome things went into creating that, too.
And by awesome, you mean huge, then yes.
Yeah, exactly,
I would
yeah.
say under every part of that sentence is correct. No, I dug the Adam Smith thing. I do think that there needs to be some regulation in government, because there are some things that Adam Smith did not see in his time. And a lot of our success in the United States is based upon us kind of following his mode, like his sort of principles and like the reasons we don't have monopolies and stuff like that.
Yeah. There's a lot of times that we succeed by not following it, too, though, like getting out of the Great Depression.
Yeah.
Government funding for the infrastructure, putting money back into the economy. World War II.
He also argued
excellent
that there
economy.
needed to be, I guess at the time, this wasn't really an argument, but he did believe in a standing army where there would still be division of labor within the standing army, which is something that we have and is incredibly successful in combat. There's so much shit in that book. It's got a wide range of subjects and stuff like that. So I would totally recommend looking up an abridged version. But it was
Or having it read to you.
Or having it read to you.
1.675 speed.
I was working at the same time.
You've added a decimal point.
Oh, it was 6.5, huh? Oh, my God.
Yeah, 1.65. Anyway, is there anything else anybody wants to talk about besides Tinder?
Tinder.
Besides Tinder?
I knew he was going to bring it up. So
Dude, I have to.
Why didn't anyone take me up on that bet? I would have been up a little bit of money tonight.
Well, we all knew he was going to.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I'm the first
not much
so
of a bet.
So I was like, I don't know. I've been rejected like half a dozen times in the last couple of years. I haven't really been dating
I remember that awkward game
at
you
all.
brought over that one time.
Yeah, so I've been lonely. That's what I'm trying to say. I've been lonely for a few years.
There was that one Asian girl on the bus in New York.
She's
You
gone.
had a fleeting moment.
Shit! We need to talk about that. That was in a van. It was definitely not on a bus. Neither of us were on buses, but I did catch the glimpse of I think a Korean girl as she was touring New York City, and we were standing on the street corner. And then our eyes met, and then she waved at me like with a big smile, and I kind of nodded back, and then I was like, "That was the love of my life," and she's gone.
Did she wave?
It was very cute.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, it was very cute Korean
was it
girl.
right at Joe?
And I was like, "Did you guys see that?"
I don't want to break his spirit, but
No,
it was at us.
It was at me. It was at
It was obviously at him, the epitome
Caleb
of
Craig.
what their culture was.
Caleb Craig.
Yeah.
Who was she looking at?
She was looking at Joe.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, the love of my life was in New York City, and she
Probably had
passed
her way
by
back
me
to
so
South
quickly.
Korea.
Yeah.
She probably got
It's too bad.
scammed.
Yeah, she probably got scammed on
Can't
something as
stand
well. Okay, so I decided, I should probably actually go on just some dates because I need to do that. I should have been doing it a long time ago, but like
He kept telling us he didn't need that right
I
now.
like
Just focus on his
I like to
school.
get girlfriends, without dating them. That's what I like to do. And I'm getting a little too old to not have some sort of dating experience, like just dating, just like to go out on a date, sort of a thing. So I was like, you know what? I'm surrounded by dudes all day. For everything, school, here, every single fucking thing I do is like 90% dudes. And so I was like, I'm going to go on Tinder, and instead of just like making this like masturbating to my own greatness as I swipe right on every single person and then get like build up matches and never talk to anybody, which is what I've done before, just as a game, like, oh, how many matches did you get, Caleb? And it's like, I got this many, and blah, blah, blah. Because he would just keep swiping right,
Yeah.
I decided I was actually going to try Tinder, and for the last 3 days, I've been going through Tinder. I've actually been like looking at their pictures, looking at their little descriptions, seeing if maybe we would be compatible, and then swiping left or right as like a legitimate,
You're using the service like it was
I'm
intended.
using the service like it was
Not
intended.
a DTF finder.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I have not gotten a single match. No, that's a lie. I've gotten one single match in 3 days of using the service, and that one match, I don't know what I did to the fucking program, but she went away. She popped up. It's like, do you want to message this person now? And I'm like, not now. And then it wasn't there anymore. I was like, oh shit. Did I have to message them at that exact moment in order to do that?
No.
Could have been
got
a
a
spam
boyfriend
account or
because
something.
you didn't
You have
message
to
her.
be aware of spam accounts too.
Yeah, that might have been what it was.
No, I mean, it was like an automatic thing. Ooh, a match. And then it just went away. Automatically. It was weird. So I've gotten one match the entire time. It's been 3 days. And all I can think, I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm like some sort of undateable troll. That's one option. Which I guess I'm not the greatest, so that's fine. But undateable troll, really? Completely?
Well, you just said it was fine.
Caleb brought up a valid
I'm
point.
not trying to only get 9s and 10s here. I'm trying to actually
Right.
put some thought into this.
And then what Caleb brought up is your eyebrows.
Hey, you don't have any eyebrows.
Okay.
You have to ask your sister to fill in your eyebrows or redo your profile picture on there, and then
Okay.
it gets some little red mascara.
I've tried that. I look like a freak.
You're just not used to seeing yourself with eyebrows. Is the thing.
Yeah, I mean, that might be it, but it really looks bad. And it looks like I put something in my eyebrows to make them red. Anyway, so that, it's just... the other thing that I put on there was that I was ex-Mormon on the description, and I'm also swiping left on every single BYU student.
Oh,
And
Yeah, you
that
wanna deal with
is
that.
most of them.
yeah.
So I feel like, is it because I put ex-Mormon on my profile, or is it because
Maybe you
I'm
should
an undateable troll?
maybe you should swipe right on some of those Mormon chicks just because they might be intrigued by the ex-Mormon.
Yeah, everyone wants it's like that project, that car your dad's been working on for 20 plus years. Everyone
That's
wants
what
a
it feels
project.
Sure.
So if you swipe left or right or whatever is the direction that is a yes for some of these Mormon girls, maybe they'll look at you as that project. It's like, all right, can I rebuild this?
And
Can
then
we
the
fix it?
answer is no.
The answer might be no, but they
Have
don't
you
know
read these
that.
papers? Have you read these papers?
Yeah.
Hey, have you read the CES letter?
Yes, I read it. God.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, maybe that's what you need though. And then you
Dude,
during
I'm not gonna. I don't want to do that to anybody.
and during that, yeah, you corrupt them.
They choose it though. They choose. If
Also,
you
I've
match,
seen
they
some
choose.
disgusting shit on there, like DTF, maybe the most disgusting thing I've ever seen on anything ever. DTF, by the way, it's like, oh Jesus Christ, I would never put that down, even if I was DTF.
I think if you're a guy, it's just automatically it's DTF.
It's assumed, yeah. So you don't need to put it down.
I don't know. That doesn't feel right to me. That feels like
Oh yeah, if I saw DTF on there, I'd probably be like,
swipe left.
I'm gonna go. There's probably a lot of stuff brewing in there, and I don't want to, return on investment on that.
Yeah.
So,
As much as I want to add my flavor to the cosmopolitan that is that.
Also, what the fuck is up with the group shots and the?
it's code.
Oh, it's code. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Here's what happens when you have a group shot on Tinder. You're like, man, I sure hope it isn't that. Oh, and then you swipe it. It's like, just so happens to be the one.
I do click on them, and I do try to find out which one it is.
Yeah, and it's usually
It usually is.
That's the code for
the one that you
group
might
shot.
not have wanted it to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
That's
man, Tinder was kind of fun.
I'm not trying to. Yeah, but you would swipe right all day, and so would I.
I wouldn't do it all day.
Oh, you
I
wouldn't
was
do it all day?
selective. Hell
Okay.
yeah. That was the one time I could just be brutally judgy to people. Be like, oh god.
Have you ever gone Tinder dates?
Yeah, one time. Yeah.
Yeah, we met her, or we saw her in a grocery store.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She was really awkward.
She was really tubby. It's like she only took pictures from the neck up. So
Yeah, I'm like, dude, fucking come on.
Well, I tried to make my profile kind of humor. Oh shit! I left my phone in my car.
I went on one myself.
I
way
tried
back in the day.
to make my profile kind of humorous. I put that I was fat, not chubby, just to be clear. We want to make sure that I'm a big fat ass.
And I like tried to make it, like me, because I wanted to, not be. My problem is my entire life. I'm just women hate me, so maybe they just like they get it from the profile itself. Like maybe there's just like some sort of code that is the Joe is a complete and utter asshole code. But I thought assholes were supposed to get the girls. I don't think that's true because I would.
No.
Special kind of asshole.
It's the silent asshole. You're the obnoxious asshole. So
I'm the obnoxious asshole. I don't even know what that means. The silent asshole.
It's the guy who ignores them, who's cool, like
Oh, yeah.
who's kind of funny, but not
How
especially.
about the guy
funny.
who makes fun of that person?
No, they hate that guy. That's who you are.
Come on. All right. Anyway, so I'm not finding my true love on Tinder.
No,
And as far as I can
Because she
tell,
was in New York.
I either got to. Yeah, she was in New York, and she was from pretty sure Korea.
you just got to go to public events. Get out of the Tinder thing, and then just find a school thing where girls
school
are gonna
thing.
be at.
Yeah.
Like the
Like
cult,
the film
cult
thing
you're a
that
part
I'm
of.
in?
The cult that you're a part of.
Oh, the
but
writers'
something
cult?
else, yeah. But
Yeah.
something else.
There
Like
was one
find
girl
another
there.
event
She
to
was
go to.
more socially awkward than I've ever been. There was one girl.
Was she good looking?
She's all right.
That's a shell you can crack. The awkwardness you can wade through.
She was kind of hard to talk to. She was like that abrasive anxiety thing.
Okay, yeah.
Where she would I would say something and then she would come up with a really sarcastic answer to it. I'm like, fucking, I can't talk to you.
I heard asshole while I was in there pissing. What'd you guys say about me?
I'm glad that you just accept it and
It's
know that
asshole.
it's you.
I
but-
heard Joe say something about the assholes get the guys.
Get the girls.
Or the girls.
Oh man!
Of course you heard that. Of course you. That's wait until next week. We're gonna fucking talk about that now.
Heard the review for Last Guardian?
Yes. No, I was saying aren't assholes supposed to get the girls? Isn't it not the nice guys? But I am an asshole.
But he's the wrong kind of
I'm
asshole.
the wrong kind of asshole. I guess I'm as ugly as
You need to be more extroverted.
Oh, what the fuck is that
No,
guy?
he can be
Sunny
extroverted.
in
He's
Philadelphia.
an obnoxious asshole. So the girls like the cool, quiet, the ignore me type asshole. Oh, he's cool. He talked to me once, but now he's not talking to me anymore. And so that's the interest there. He's the asshole who makes fun of that asshole and everyone else. He's just a general asshole, and they don't like that kind of
the
asshole.
general asshole.
Yeah.
funny.
The regular everyday asshole.
He's the funny asshole. He's the one who can go do stand up, but not going home with anyone.
Even Louis C.K. goes home with people.
I am better
remember
looking
that.
than Louis C.K.
I will give you that.
Okay, thank
But
you.
I'm not
Jesus
gonna,
Christ.
Yeah.
Better
He
fucking
had
give me
to
that.
think
Are you
about it
kidding
for a
me?
second.
He's on billboards. What can I say?
Yeah. Oh, he's good looking because he's.
They're
up there.
advertising his attractiveness.
Obviously.
Anyway.
Oh man.
So I'm my self-esteem plummeted in the last 3 days.
Poor Joe.
I had some fat chicks who were on me at work too, and I'm like, fuck, man. If I just
Okay, so take it for someone who's
If
seen
I-
it from both sides. Lose the fucking weight. It gets
Yeah.
better. I've seen both sides of the spectrum, and I'm on my way back to the good side. I'm telling you that.
On your way back.
Being in shape.
I did have a lot more girls
Okay,
attracted to me when I was 200 pounds.
Remember when I came back and I wore that one random coat and we went to Wendy's, right?
What the
Okay,
fuck?
this
No.
is random. This
I don't
random time.
remember this.
I
very
remember
Hyper-focus and remember.
I remember this because of what you said. You said, "Oh wow, you're dressing it up." All I was wearing was a black T-shirt and then that gray overcoat. And we go to Wendy's, and you comment how cute the Wendy's girl is. And then you kick girls. They give you the eyes. Girls can sometimes argue against it, but I've seen it from both sides. I've gotten the boring eyes, and I've gotten the fucking eyes. I know it's a thing. Okay.
What are these eyes?
So it's when she's
The
like
eyes of intensity.
It's when she looks at you and you can tell that she's slightly interested. I could probably get her phone number if I wanted to. That's the eyes I'm talking about. They exist because I've had it from both sides of the weight spectrum. And
But they're
I'm
different
telling
women,
you,
though. So, like,
okay, they're different women, but if you're used to going about your day and not getting a second glance from anyone, and then getting lingering looks,
I just hang out
I'm
with
telling you, it's a thing. The lingering
can't-
looks happen.
all right. I can't imagine a day where
You've
that
never
happens,
been on the other side. You've always been on
What
this
is
side.
the other
Always been
side?
ugly? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. He's saying there's like certain
He's
weight
never
that you
been.
hit.
He's
that
never been
you're no
overly
longer-
fat. I mean, you can have an okay, decent looking guy, but if he's overweight, he's not going to get the lingering look that girls give. He's never been that far over. He's never seen the other side. He doesn't know. I have been on both sides, okay, and I fucking know
So
that
you've been
there's something
skinny
happens.
and largely overweight.
God, this is like
Yes.
PTSD talk.
I know. I have seen both.
He has
spectrums.
flashbacks to when he doesn't get the
And
eyes.
the girls were interested my first year and a half being back, and then I got in a relationship and got fat, and then the looks don't happen anymore. I mean, I'm not looking for them, but I notice that they're not there anymore, okay?
All right.
And I am on my way back there, and that's where you should go because it gets a lot
You mean what
better.
I've been working on?
For myself, for my health, I want to be back there. And I'm telling you, once you get there, the game changes. It's a game changer, and it really is.
Yeah. Okay.
Just take my word for it. Take my word for it.
My heart is just being crushed right now because no one.
Well, it's just a good thing you didn't come and hang out before today. Then
I'm telling you, it's
so we probably would not have helped.
it's the online dating thing. It's like, oh well, he's this, and so I don't like that. So oh, he's this, well I don't. It's like let's be. You can swipe left until you find the one you want to find.
Honestly, I would probably take off.
That's why you need to go to real events.
I would probably take off the ex-Mormon thing.
Why the fuck would I take that off? I think that is so dumb to.
He doesn't
take
want
that
to deal with the.
Well, is that
Mormons.
really
I
that
don't
big of
want-
a part of your life, being anti-Mormon?
No, it's not anti-Mormon. It's ex-Mormon.
Yeah, but like
I would
I'm an
argue
ex-Mormon,
that.
but I don't just like, oh yeah, I don't just talk about it.
No, but I wouldn't.
Casually.
I wouldn't. I don't.
It's a case of you're treating it like you're hiding something when it's something that shouldn't even really matter.
It would matter to them.
It might, but that's up to
he's
them to
avoiding
decide
the conversation.
when the time
so he's just
comes.
avoiding that conversation altogether. So the people who don't
It's like,
want
oh,
to go
your
down that
religion
road-
is a
Yeah.
hollow lie.
Yeah, but they
Just right
feel
across the.
right. But the thing is
Yeah.
they feel that you're that strongly. You're like, I am an ex-Mormon. You're that strong for it.
Oh, should I say not LDS instead of ex-Mormon?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like ex-Mormon makes it seem like, oh, I don't do that shit anymore.
The thing is that I
like,
think it might sound crazy to people elsewhere, but around here, like they always put if they're LDS.
yeah, they do, yeah. But like, is that
and so like that's something obviously important to them.
it is? But
And
I don't.
and because I can't fulfill that. I put that I can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it places a stigma on it that makes it like
No.
you make sure this is
And
not
also,
me.
I only take guys that
He-
are 6'9". That's in their descriptions too, and I'm like,
we
fuck
had
you.
this conversation the other day. But
Yeah.
no, I don't. I think it's fine for him to have that because he doesn't want to put up with that. He doesn't want to go, hey, we're interested in communicating. Oh, hey, are you Mormon?
that
No,
does,
and
like, get it down
It's
to-
a worthless conversation. He's weeding out the worthless conversations.
Yeah, I guess, but it almost makes him seem like more of a dick. Like even if someone's not Mormon, I'm like,
I guess so.
well, who gives a shit?
It looks
There's
like you have a
billions
bone
of
to
people that
yeah.
aren't
I
Mormon.
guess.
What
I
the
guess in
fuck
that
is
sense, it looks like you have a bone to pick with that.
Yeah,
religion.
that's all I'm saying. Is it might appear that way.
Okay.
So I don't know. I know what you're saying though. When I fucked around with the app, it was heavy Mormon.
When I was
Literally
fucking around,
the app.
Yeah,
Believe me, it was around. But
yeah. That thing's range is sick. 45 minutes away.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go cry now.
what's really sad is when you match with someone, right? It's really sad is when you match with someone and then you go to look at them and they're now like 100 and so miles away because they were just passing through matching with people. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, I
So
opened
what-
it up in New Jersey for the first time, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is awesome. Then I came here, and I was like, this is not awesome. This is not as awesome as it was in New Jersey.
It's a Jersey thing.
yeah, maybe. Yeah. Well, like when I opened the app, we're like, we're going to show you the top singles from the area. So they were a whole bunch of hot chicks. That's what happened.
No, I see.
But I came here and was like, oh, BYU, 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 LDS, BYU, 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 LDS. And
Yeah.
then the ones I'm swiping right on just don't like me.
Well, not necessarily. They might not have seen you yet.
That's true.
It takes a while, I think.
That's true. Sometimes it does.
I know, like, you could pay for it to get unlimited, but I don't think anybody does
Why would
that.
you pay?
I don't know why the fuck you would pay. Anyway, there's a Irish follower. said she'd swipe right. So next time in Ireland, I'll,
It's the red hair.
I guess, yeah. Maybe it's not a freak thing over there.
Yeah.
It's normal.
You know, I what I said is like, well, it's easy to swipe right or say you'd swipe right when you're 10,000 miles away. But
When you don't have to prove it.
yeah, when you don't have to answer to that. We'll see, though. We're going to do a road show.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Did you know we're going to Ireland?
Yeah, we're doing an Ireland show. Free tickets. Anybody who wants to come.
For the 12 listeners in Ireland.
Yeah. Oh, geez, maybe 12.
Maybe 12. All right,
Big
well.
event there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Fucking
okay. I think that's going to be it for this episode.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say.
Yeah.
I got my posts up, too. They're right there.
Oh, sweet. Okay, Dick.
I had to do
It
4.
looks just like
so.
titles, not an actual post.
I can click on it. And
What the fuck does it say?
I like puppies a
like
pot.
puppies a lot.
A lot, yeah. I had to do 4. I like puppies is only 3.
But the first post says a lot.
Well, the most recent one says a lot.
A lot puppies
So
like
you got to read it like upside down.
A lot puppies like I.
illiterate. Fuck.
All right, fine.
Hell,
You got your
I've never read or been reading a book that I didn't know the title of, so I don't want to fucking hear that. It is kind of a crazy title.
It's the reason why I can't. It's hard to. It's just I have trouble with that name. Connect.
It's because you're listening to it.
Yeah. Well,
You can go to nudeclan.net, find everything there, including supporting us at PayPal, Amazon, or if you can click through the Patreon link and support us on Patreon, we would much appreciate it. You can go to twitch.tv/nudeclangaming, see us play the episodes, or you can see us play the games live, and also stream the episodes live, which we've totally been doing to an audience of a total of 0 people.
Yep.
You can tweet me at Joseph DeGollier.
Me at Obsidian Bob.
me at Nude Clan Cam.
Me at UFF Podcast.
And, well, fuck. We'll see you guys next week.
Enjoy the nude.
May the list go on.
Live always in the nude.
Fuck off.